How you guys like the YouTube audio music? There's no chat? Okay. What is going on, everybody? This is Psyche here, and welcome to another Identity V stream. Guys, there's finally something different with the game. We have reached a point where there is something new in Identity V. I've waited my whole life for this moment. But Identity V has finally changed something, for the better or for the worse. As you guys know, there's been some stuff. There's been survivor changes. There's been hunter changes. Hardly any. There's hardly been any survivor changes. They changed the persona, which is great. They changed some maps, which I think is really annoying. And real quick, we'll get to all that in a second. I'll make a whole video about persona webs and what I think might be the best. Well, maybe might, because I don't know for sure yet. But what might be the best persona web. So I'll talk all about all these traits in another video, like how good or bad I think they are. But I'll just show you guys straight from the point, since what do I think is the best stuff right away so far. I have a feeling this is going to be the best kiter build. Now, to put it shortly, they nerfed Flywheel and tie turner builds big time. They're much worse than what they used to be. There's no question about it. And it's all because of this trait right here. They moved pallet speed and they combined it together with knee-jerk reflex. Now, they didn't remove it. It still exists in the game. You can still carry both broken nose and the pallet boost at the same time. It just rescuers, like this build, and spectator users, Flywheel users, cannot use pallet boost anymore. And this is a huge, gigantic nerf, because in the case where Flywheel is not useful, you would at least have another boost that would be helpful against that hunter. So let's say you're going against something like a bonbon, that boost will still save your life. On the other hand, a vault boost is not going to save your life. You vaulting faster is not going to save your life. And I've talked about this. I've talked about this before with the mechanic buff. People have asked me, what do I think about mechanic? What do I think about mechanic's state of the game now that she got buffed? This is exactly what I said. You cannot buff a character and expect them to be good by vaulting speed. This game is way beyond vaulting speed. This game is all about abilities now at this point. So just because you vault a little bit faster than someone else means nothing. So this persona trait that made it so that you now vault a little bit faster is almost useless. Now let's say they didn't have a cooldown there. Because there's a cooldown. Get this, there's a cooldown to this. It would still be not replaceable. This would not even be close, alright? They put a cooldown on top of this. A cooldown for vaulting? This is already mediocre at best. So, here is what is good though. This is very good. Maybe not the best, because again, it's only when accelerated decode activates, but there are lots of times where there are 4 survivors available, 4 survivors alive, and accelerated decode triggers, so this could still help you guys out. Unlike this ability right here, Survivor's Instinct, which is an ability I do not like, because it invests in one of your teammates dying. If one of your teammates dies, not only do you get basically 0 bonus decode, even if someone dies, you guys are probably not going to win at that point, no matter how fast you decode, because someone already died. Which is why I don't like Survivor's Instinct, and on the other hand, I like Brewing Effect, because there's still a chance that all you guys can still be alive. Plus, it's a lot more efficient. It's every single time you're not decoding. There's a lot of times in this game where you're not decoding. You'll be walking to another cipher, you might have to go do a rescue, you might have to heal someone. There's a lot of times where you can... It's like, what if the hunter comes to your cipher and then leaves? That's a great time for Brewing Effect to come. So Brewing Effect, great trait to carry. And this is another one I really like. This gives you guys a chance to rebound off of chairs, which is something we never had before. Usually the way this game works is that Hunter will hit the rescuer off of chair, and they'll usually be able to hit you before you can reach a pallet, even if they hit the rescuer first, because you just don't move fast enough. So this companion effect, the ability to be able to rescue yourself to a pallet, because you'll have someone to rescue off of chair, but can you rescue yourself to a pallet? That's what I really like about companion effect. It gives you a chance to rebound, which is really cool. It kind of combines well with Flywheel, because you can combine these two together. The Flywheel and then the Flywheel, because in the past you'd have Flywheel and you'll Flywheel to a pallet, but it just wouldn't be enough because it would still be too far away. Which is why I'm having second thoughts in considering that this might be the best ability, because this is almost useless. Muscle memory is almost useless. To have by itself, it's almost useless. Even without the cooldown nerf, it still wouldn't be that good. Because again, this game is not about vaulting. This game is about abilities that will save your life. I still don't like this ability because it invests in you dying. I don't like it. I don't like it when abilities invest in you dying. It's never a good thing to invest in your death. And so these are probably going to be your best builds. This is undoubtedly. Now this one you can kind of switch between. You could either have Snooze, or you can have 2 Impala breaking. Sorry, 2 Impala stun. Again, I don't like investing in my death. I'm all about kiting 3 ciphers, and once you kite 3 ciphers, it doesn't matter how long you are on chair. All that matters is you guys get rescued 2 times with tie turner. It doesn't really matter how long you are on chair at that point. You just need to do a 3 cipher kite, which is why I invest in great power. If you guys are not comfortable in your kites and you're just starting out, you can go ahead and use snooze. But otherwise, if you're trying to go for wins, which is something I highly recommend, because this 3 seconds is very unlikely to change the game. This, on the other hand, could allow you to go from a Okada area to a very good area because of the fact you stun like a cowboy. So that's what I really like about this. Just a few other notable things to mention about the system that I think has potential but still really sucks. This is really cool. Problem is, when is a hunter going to leave you? The moment they find you, they need to chase you for 5 seconds. You can't just be in their terror radius. They have to chase you. And they can't just chase you. They have to chase you for 5 seconds, which is something that very rarely happens. So herd behavior is not that good. Even though I like it because it shows exactly where the hunter is going, unlike the ping, hunter change target, it doesn't tell you where the hunter is going. This will tell you where the hunter is going. But again, it very rarely happens. This is almost useless. As a good team, or assuming we're up against really good survivors, they're not going to need this. They're just going to tell each other, help me, follow me, stuff like that. So this is almost useless. This is, again, almost useless. Everyone should be pinging 24/7 if they have any sort of awareness about their teammates and the health of their teammates, and telling their teammates where to go when. They could have just made this permanent. Why every 5 seconds for 40 seconds? Just make this permanent if you really want to help your survivors who are not pinging. Yeah, this is, again, this is not a bad thing, but the fact that pushed over knee-jerk reflex kind of makes it useless. So there really is no space for this trait. And then with these last 5 points, again, I guess you could put it in this. I don't really know what else you're going to put it in. This is pretty helpful, I will say, because this game is all about dropping pallets. Every time you use this horsefly effect and you're dropping pallets, you kind of save yourself like half a second of time that you otherwise would have lost having to drop that pallet. So this 20% is actually really nice because you actually save time every time you drop a pallet. So it does help for distance. I really do like horsefly effects. So I have a feeling this will be the new best flywheel bid. But again, the fact that they removed knee-jerk reflex, the pallet boost right over here, makes flywheel so much worse because the whole point of it was that you have something for the hunters where boost will matter, but you have something for the hunters where boost does matter and flywheel doesn't. So like Bonbon, for example, where flywheel wouldn't help that much. You'll flywheel 1 bomb, but that's about it. He's got a ton more bombs. It's not going to help out. So I'm really disappointed with the survivor side. The survivor side really sucks for Persona. I really don't like it at all. It's honestly made me thinking about switching to Hunter because this is really frustrating. The fact that you had people who were decent with Tide Turner, like they're not the best with Tide Turner, but the fact they had pallet boost, kind of like Acrobat, Patient, made it so they don't have to rely on their abilities 24/7. And now they might have to. Now on the other hand, Thief, it seems like not that bad. At first I thought this benefits Thief a ton, right? I thought this would be great for Thief. Because I've mentioned before, I don't like Thief with boost, because when you boost away, there's this horrible in-between where the hunter can hit you with their ability, but you can't remove their abilities because your flashlight doesn't reach as far as their ability. So like you're in this in-between where like you're just going to take a hit to their ability because you can't prevent it, but they can still hit you. So for Thief, I thought this would be better, and I thought they will finally brought back Thief. Guys, Thief used to have 15% vaulting speed before they replaced it with always fast vaulting, which is such a stupid ability, alright? Why would you punish survivors who knew how to fast fall, alright? I already know how to fast fall with Thief. I don't need to have an ability that always makes me fast fall, okay? So I rather had the 15% increased vault, and they removed it. And I thought I'd be happy. I thought they were finally bringing it back, you know? Every survivor can vault 15% faster. Nope. It's only every 25 seconds. And you're not always going to be vaulting every 25 seconds, so it's more like every 30, 40 seconds that you're going to be getting this. So, I really hate this. Muscle and memory really sucks. Please remove the cooldown at ease. Please! And it would be half decent at least. And yeah. So these are your 3 builds right here. This is for broken windows. This is for general rescuers, and this is for flywheel users. I have some more specific builds like mercenary, but there's nothing really changed. Like instead of having 1 point in sticker, I just have 1 point in this, and of course I have priestess and and like 1 embalmer build. But those 3 builds you can use for literally every survivor. All right, you're never gonna need the mercenary build for something like acrobat. Like acrobat, patient, all the rescuers with like tie turner who were not mercenary, even forward. You guys all have the same build. Like all of you have the same build. So you don't need separate builds for every top tier survivor. I see this like, oh, what about your build for Perfumer? What about your build for Seer? Those two can have the same build when it comes to broken windows. You don't need anything special for the other one. Like, if you want to run healing on Perfumer, sure. If you're a good Perfumer, you're not going to need it, is the problem. So that's why I will say, you know, you don't really need anything else besides those 3 builds. Those 3 builds is literally all you need in this game for Survivors. Survivors is very plain. Very simple. You'll see me in my past streams. I always switch between those 3 builds. Some survivors I will never use broken windows on, like Thief. He's the only one I wouldn't use broken windows on, actually. All the other survivors I will usually take broken windows over Flywheel, but Flywheel has its purposes every once in a while. And then Tide Turner, not every survivor needs Tide Turner. Seer is one of those survivors. Do not take Tide Turner on Seer. Alright? It's against his ability. Your ability shouldn't be to rescue people, because then you can't get a good owl. You try sending an owl and the hunter's gonna hit you instead of the person in owl. So that's the problem there. I suppose we'll go Gravekeeper to start out here. Hi, Bubba. And yeah, so what do you feel about the hunter changes? I think the hunter changes are really fun. They're really fun, but again, they don't really change the game. They just exist. I played around with a few of them. I've especially played around with the one that makes you speed up faster when the hunter's when you're far away from the survivor. So, I forgot the name of it. It's the one that looks like a puppet. When the survivors rescue someone off of chair, and you're a certain distance away, you get a speed bonus. I've tested it, and I really wish it would tell you when you get the speed bonus. And like, what's considered 12 meters versus 24 meters? It doesn't say. You just kind of have to get a feel for it in game. So there are some abilities that are like okay. There are some abilities that look really good but really are very circumstantial. Like for example, the one that speeds you up when someone rescues from far. First of all, you're doing a bad job as hunter if you're far from chair, because your job is to hit the rescuer so that you can snowball later in the match. That's why you don't want to be far from chair. So that ability is almost useless for hunters. What a hunter is gonna be able to walk from chair and then be able to still build well off of it? None of them are. You always want to camp the chair. If you're within 12 meters of the chair, you do not get the buff at all from that ability. Let's make that clear. I'll say it again. When you are within 12 meters and someone rescues a survivor from a chair, you do not get to see their highlight. You do not get the speed bonus. It's only between 12 and 24 meters. At least that's what I've seen in my testing, where it's not highlighting if I'm too close. So that's what I've noticed. There are some pretty cool ones, like falling from a height. You get a speed bonus for 5 seconds. Now I've mentioned this before. As survivors, a good survivor is not going to really be using heights very often, because the problem with heights is they kept nerfing the dropping from heights so much, is that it's almost useless. And by useless, I mean that when you drop from a height and you recover from a height, it's almost the same speed as if a hunter were to drop down. So a hunter dropping versus you dropping, it's almost the same speed. Alright, they recover just as quickly as you do, which means you don't actually really gain distance, you just kind of stall. And I'll use this every once in a while in my routes. I'll use it every once in a while. I'll usually stay away from it, because it is good. It is good to stall the hunter's ability, but in the long run, it's not a sustainable strategy to do that. This guy already used his blink, so I don't have to worry about a blink terror shock. He does have a puppet camping over there, so even if someone goes rescuing right now, it won't really matter. So even though he's chasing me right now, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. We're gonna try to pop the Cypher without. Okay, she doesn't have to break the puppet. In fact, I kind of rather she doesn't, because it kind of Hellumber wants his puppets in his inventory is the problem. I played Hellumber before, and I've also gone against Hellumbers. I find that it's better when survivors break your puppets for you, because not only did it waste time, you don't have to walk all the way across the map to pick it up. And yes, it does put him on like a 47-second cooldown, which is kind of crazy. It's the longest ability cooldown in this game. 43 seconds for a puppet to come back to you is the longest ability in this game, besides like traits. I guess Raven Teleport is technically longer for Nightmare, but that's kind of meant to be like a teleport. Not really like an ability that you can throw around like Puppet. So, looks like Batter went down, and Perfumer got rescued after half. This couldn't have gone any worse, literally. You know what? He could have gotten Terror Shock. He could have gone worse. Man, this tea is good. I made myself some tea. It's really, really good. Kind of best tea I've had in a long time. Dude, I'm really sore. I'm really sore. What's up, Heather? I haven't seen you in a while either. I'm so glad to see you back here. Hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving dinner if you celebrate Thanksgiving. If not, maybe some other countries in the world. Like, I think England celebrates Thanksgiving of all places. Of all places, I think England celebrates Thanksgiving. UK, whatever you want to call it. I don't know all the politics, but it's kind of weird. To me, it's kind of weird, but we definitely got to go for this rescue, otherwise we lose. We should be able to make it. It's gonna be really close though. You know what? We're not gonna make it. We're actually not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Oh yeah, especially after getting stuck on that wall. Unless there's a priestess portal here, we're not gonna make it. Should have gone sooner. Oh well. It would be really hard to win this game anyway. Like, again, we'll get close, but now we're risking a terror shock. In fact, no, we wouldn't have even made it. We wouldn't have even. And now he's just gonna wait for the shovel to run out. Oh, man. Oh, he's not! This Helmer doesn't know what he's doing. He knows when I entered the shovel. The game literally tells him, you gotta wait for the shovel to run out first. So big mistake. He could have gotten a free hit on me. What is he doing? Okay, so he's just switching. Okay. He might try to activate this puppet, so I'm not going to vault into it. Although, it would be a really nice place to kite. Oh well. So he's going to try to throw the red puppet and then hit me on the way on the teleport. Like this. But he missed. There we go. For those that don't know, Helmer can actually hit you while he's teleporting. Like, if you're between the puppet and him and he swings perfectly, he can actually hit. But I think he messed it up. I think he actually did the swing. Oh, there you go. Our ability is activating. Is that our ability? Do we have that ability that shows, like, when the hunter leaves you, like, it shows their outline? I don't think we do. Because we're playing Rescuer. We actually do have the cipher almost popped, and hopefully this brewing effect will allow us to do that. So this brewing effect is actually going to allow us to get huge value here. I really like the brewing effect. Again, it's not a super great ability. It's not like... Well, who am I kidding? It is a great ability. It's just... Only activates late game, but I still think it's really helpful. Oh, I did not see that. Ooh, he got me. He got me good. I was a little distracted. Alright. He actually could have swung through that. I'm surprised why he didn't swing through that. Maybe he thought I would walk through. He actually could have hit me there. Alright, well, I kind of wasted my time standing by that window for no reason. I just wanted to make sure he's not going around. It is very important to just make sure you don't go around, though. That is a very important thing. Looks like he's just going back to the priestess. We don't have any more abilities, so if he starts using his abilities, we're probably going to start taking hits. Halberd doesn't have bad abilities. The reason they are bad is because when a survivor has their ability, then it becomes really bad. But if you're going against a survivor that doesn't have abilities of their own that are super good, yeah, it's actually not that bad. Halberd really doesn't have super bad abilities. They do help out. It's just like, we don't have any shovels, so it kind of sucks. So he's gonna go around that. And, oh, I forgot we don't have a pallet boost. Dude, I forgot we don't have pallet boost. I was literally about to take a whole different route, and then I forgot. Oh, okay, my bad. I wasn't making sure. That was my bad, guys. That's cool. I really like that use of this puppet. That was really clever. Oh, look at me! I vault 10% faster! And we don't have a pallet speed boost, so it really sucks. So yeah, these kites are very difficult. These kites are extremely difficult because we don't have a pallet speed boost. We kind of had to drop the ball. I couldn't wait any longer on that pallet. If I waited, the fire puppet would have just broke the pallet for him. So we had to go for that. Otherwise, I would have waited to like be more patient on the pallet. We can't. We kind of have to hope he walks in there. Because if I wait any longer, he swings, then I drop it, then the fire spear behind him breaks it, and then he walks through and kills me. This ability makes it very difficult to kite without your abilities. Alright, and this is just Hell Ember. Yeah, so. Technically, I could have prevented the green puppet hit. I could have prevented that. I just need to pay attention. We'll definitely use the protection card. Why not? We'll probably get... Yeah, this is only -2. We'll save it for, like, when we get -7. What's up, Jam? Is that Jam? Is that the same Jam that I know? Yeah. I really don't like it. It's really sad. So Ty Turner, Flywheel got a huge nerf. You know, a lot of, like, it's not just, it's, I see someone saying, Hunter mains dev. The devs are Hunter mains. No, the Hunter main abilities for Persona Webs aren't really game-changing either. They are also kind of equally mad. Like, the one that speeds you up while charge attacking, cool, like, maybe that'll get you a hit every 5 games that otherwise you would have been a little bit too slow. Like, usually your hitbox, this game has hitboxes that are huge, okay? 8% difference is almost nothing. Look at Dead by Daylight. They get like 50% speed bonus when they're charge attacking. And you can feel it. You can feel it. That's where it helps out. 8%? Not even every 5 games. That'll help you every 50 games. Where like you otherwise wouldn't have gotten a hit. So that ability is like meh. The ability that like increases balloon speed, like maybe, but it costs you 10 points to get that. To get that, you kind of have to get a more useless ability, which is the ability that only activates if you're far from chair. Again, when are you ever going to be far from chair? You don't want to be far from chair because then you can't hit the rescuer to snowball. Sometimes the rescuer's actually going to body block for them, which is even worse. That's why you want to hit survivors while they're rescuing so they don't end up body blocking you later. So, another reason. Wow, where you got Chinatown 2 times in a row? We usually don't even get this once a session. I don't even see this like once a week sometimes. Where are we starting? This is a pretty bad place to start. Thief? Middle? It's not super bad. I suppose it's not super bad. We have a lot of options from middle. Hunter could start from Umbrella Gate, which would kind of suck, because then we don't really have a lot of great options. Like, where the heck do we go, actually? Where would we go? Because I don't have speed bonus, so we can't really go to the restaurant on the left. I suppose worst case scenario, we could go to Enchantress and Kite there and just ignore her being there. Oh man. It's not that we can't adapt. The point is the game is less fun. Like there's ways of changing the game without making it less fun. Nothing gives you more feelings of power than being faster than the hunter. You know, I've told this to Mama. There's nothing better than feeling faster than the hunter. All right, that's the greatest feeling of power in the game. So the fact they took that away really sucks. And we're against spiders, so our flashlight is almost useless. I'll tell you what. These areas really suck against spider anyway. Let's see what we can do. I'm not going to use these pallets, because we're probably going to get hit is the problem. Like right here, he could use his web. It would be pretty bad. He doesn't. Like right here, he could use it. He's not using the web. I'm surprised. So we're just going to kite all the way to hotel. Hopefully we'll get another stun here, because we really need it. Yeah. It's going to be really hard. Very tough to kite. Yeah, she has slower pallet breaking, so that's a huge bonus for us. Slower pallet breaking is gonna help a ton. I see she set up a web there. So I don't really want to vault this. This is very difficult. She might blink here is the problem. Ooh, I don't know what was that, but that's very hard. That is a very difficult kite as Thief. Very difficult. And again, pallets aren't really an option. The moment we use pallets, she's going to speed right up to us, and I don't have an ability to deal with that. We still have quite a bit of flashlight left, and we got the blink out. So we could just keep doing the same thing again. I don't know if this tree... I'm pretty sure she can web off the tree, so that's not really an option. Please don't get hit. Why do we have 2 people rescuing? Okay, never mind. He's decoding it. Okay, please remove that web first so that she doesn't get recovery. Okay, she's gonna get recovery. Look at this. Look at this speed bonus. Look at how nice that is. Look at that. That is so nice. We're still in a lot of trouble here. Oh, God. We fought so slow. We dropped so slow. It really sucks. That'll stall at least. We'll at least stall. Maybe Batter can come help us out. We're not exactly in a great spot for him. Let's crawl over here so we're more in an open. Plus, she can't like really get web off this way. So look, we're in a nice open area, so it's really hard for her to utilize the web here. That really sucks. That's really bad. I kind of wish he dropped that pellet sooner. Can you get that? He does get it. I'm gonna die immediately though, so that's not gonna help. We don't have a second rescuer now is the problem. Thank you again. Yo, we might actually get this. He dies, which is not good, so we kind of canceled recovery, but I think it's a lot better than... we can actually just kind of stand here. Okay, yeah, there we go. That was really good. We're actually in a winning spot right now. We are in a winning position right now. We just need to focus on decoding. Look at this. Brewing effect is now kicking in. Look, this is what I'm talking about with brewing effect, is that there are quite a few games where people are still going to be alive. I'm just waiting for the 10% there. There's going to be quite a few games where four people are still going to be alive and you guys are still getting the deco bonus, which is what I really like about Brewing Effect. I like it way more than Survivor's Instinct. I think it's a huge, really nice for the game. That server's already primed. Wow, that's crazy. So look at that. I wasn't even going to get chaired a second time before that cipher was primed. I mean, I would have gotten chaired a second time, but we would have had ciphers prime, which is the important part. I don't have an ability anymore. The 10% flash isn't going to help us. I did waste my flywheel there, admittedly. Didn't really help us out there. I dropped the pellet so slowly. Man, that was a very nice kite. I am gonna drop these ahead of time. The plan here is if we get teleported on, we're gonna use this pallet, get a pallet boost. Right. Okay. Right, what pallet boost? Right. Okay, I'm just not remembering. There is no pallet boost. Let's get off. Teleport? No, she's not. I keep getting off this gate for no reason. I wasted a lot of time. Wrong gate, dude. Why would you choose that gate? Why that gate? At least walk to this gate and check. Alright, so we're getting a guaranteed 3-person escape now. We're even going to be able to open a chest for BM. Chest for BM, because we're playing the thief. Dude, I'm literally talking about my amazing plan to kite her out, and, nope. No pallet boost. Nice body block, man. that was a pro body block. Come on, twerk thief! No twerking thief this time. Chest for BM, let's go. Survivor's deduction, high seduction, so we get the +4, +9 for perfect escape, and we end the losing streak. So we got a whole nice 15 points there. If you get the high seduction, you don't have to get a higher deduction than the hunter. You just have to get a higher deduction than your survivors. Then you get more points than them. So if you guys are ever in a spot where everyone is dying literally as soon as possible, don't give yourself up. At least try to get best deduction so you get +4, and then you only lose like -4 would be worst case scenario. Minus like 3, -2 if you got dungeon, and then solo escape -1. So Thief has a twerk emote. Psyche, with his pallet dropping plan, literally was just a despicable meme. You're right, it's like, I do gate, I prepare for teleport, I drop pallet, I use pallet boost. Rethink my life moment right there. Man, that's really sad. I'm like over here preparing like, cause like I'm over here like, okay, we gotta drop a pallet for pallet boost, but if we're dropping one pallet, we gotta drop the other one so that she can't use webs on it. Then we're gonna vault it when we get teleport on. Then we get a nice speed bonus away from the hunter, and so that we can reach this area, and we can't reach this area because we don't have pallet boost. Mama's taking out the trash. See, I just took out the trash right there. We just went ahead and took out the trash. That's me. Let's stop. 15% vault saves lives, right? You know what will save our life? 15% increase vault. That's what's gonna save our life. You know that distance we need? Oh yeah, that's the distance we need. Oh man, beautiful. Awesome. Just what we needed. Increase faster vault speed. Do I even have it? I think I literally just switched my persona web for spectator. Last second, I decided this is my original build. My original build was actually this. Alright, this was my original build, actually. And, I'm sorry, but this is useless. So, like, I had people in my Discord channel. For those who don't know, I have a Discord channel in the description. You can join if you want. If you have questions about the game, ask me. People were asking me, do I have any great ideas for, like, what's better than muscle memory? And, I really don't. I spent a solid 30 minutes staring at the screen when I was looking at this. Because, like, I was building my build. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a great build. Look at this. We got the increased decode. We got the very good, we got the very good kiting. And on top of this, people with broken windows got buffed, if you think about it. Because now, instead of having to use 2 traits for 2 boosts, you only have to use 1 trait for 2 boosts. And then you get a nice vault speed every once in a while. Again, doesn't help a lot, but technically it's a buff to people who anyway ran broken windows. Because, like, now you get the faster vault on top of that. In the past, you didn't. Problem is, it's a huge nerf to Flywheel, and it's a huge nerf to Tide Turners. But that match, you guys saw. When I got rescued off of chair as thief, because I chose to have Savior Complex, I think it's called Savior Complex? No, I think that a different one is called Savior Complex. Because I chose to have that, I got a huge speed bonus off the chair. I actually forgot about that. And that speed bonus actually allowed me to have a different plan set up. Now, of course, we still had to kite around the tree, and we didn't really have much of an option. But that flashlight actually allowed us, even against the Hunter's Berserker, which I'm almost certain they had, that they had Berserker. Even with that, we were still able to get away thanks to Companion Effect. This is Savior Complex right there. This one is for rescuers. The rescuer gets a speed bonus. This one is for the person off of chair, this is really nice. That 2 seconds, 28%, it's really nice. 28% may not seem like a lot when you compare it to like the 50%, but think about it. This is about equal to the Hunter's speed, if not faster. So you're breaking even with the Hunter, so that it gives you a chance to rebound, which is something I really like about it. This, on the other hand, is very bad. I don't know what the devs were thinking. The cooldown on this needs to be removed. And even then, it's not great. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the thief again. We're going to do the thief one more time. Nice name there, dude. Great name. I guess we're picking middle again. I don't know why the rescuers aren't picking middle. He just kind of gave it to me. Alright, but someone has to pick middle, because we don't want the Hunter to have control over the map. Looks like we're again gonna be chased. This is my problem with spawn selection. This is another reason why I don't spawn selection. This is why I don't like it. Every game is gonna be about the same. Literally, almost every game is gonna be the same. Alright, if the survivors pick the good spawns, again, I don't know why people are picking the corners, because they kind of trap themselves in the corner. But you go middle, right? Hunter picks the spawn closest to the weakest kiter. What they think is the weakest kiter on the team. Let's hope, right? Let's hope we're not the weakest kiter on the team. Because I don't want to seem arrogant here. The good news is we'll get to see who the Hunter is right away. Who's the Hunter? It's a spider. It's the exact same match. This is the exact same match. It's the exact same spider. She's coming for me again. Is she coming for me again? I looked away. No, she went in hotel. She's actually going in hotel this time. She's not chasing me. See, but this is why you don't choose the corner spawns. It's because now, no matter where the Hunter spawns, we can run in the opposite direction and waste so much time just walking. That's the idea. That's why you don't pick corner. That's why you pick middle. That's why you pick, like, between corners on the sides of the map. Don't go middle, because then, like, even if your spawn is amazing, let's say you spawn in the best part of the map. Let's say you spawn in hotel, right? It's still not preferable. Why is it not preferable still? Because you waste a lot less of the Hunter's time, and they can get to you a lot sooner, which means they'll reuse your resources at hotel a lot sooner than you otherwise would have stalled out just by walking. And that's why you don't want to start in corners, even in the good areas. Because if you do that, you can't really walk anywhere because you kind of trap yourself in the corner and you know Hunter's coming for you. So you kind of just have to stay in the corner, which means the hunter spends less time walking to you, which means you have to use the pallet sooner. And I mean, you guys saw last game. Last game, you guys saw me. I wasted like a good 20 seconds by doing nothing. By just walking around this building when the game started. That's all I did. And that wasted a ton of time already. Before the kite even started. I was already having a huge advantage. That's why you guys saw, like, when the batter helped me out, when the batter got chaired, the ciphers were already primed. Because even though I didn't kite for very long, I was able to sustain myself. Is that a 69? 69 decal, let's go! But because I walked all that time, I put less pressure on myself. Even though I'm not using the best kiter in the game, I put less pressure on myself, and that's what you guys want to do. Even with the best kiters in the game. You know, that's less resources that you have to use. That's more resources you can use, like, later in the game when you guys get teleported on your gate. Obviously, everyone should be away from the gate, and only one person should be by the gate doing the gate. So that they can safely get away, and everyone else can use their, like, not have to use their abilities because they already have distance. I see this mistake so often. People would just stay next to the gate, like, even when it's not close to done. And then if a teleport happens, they're usually dead on the spot because they chose to stand so close to it. If someone is doing the gate and it's not close to done, step away. Be patient. You don't have to do it. You don't have to, like, get up close. Just wait until it's, like, 80, 85, then start walking to it. Look at that. Look at this teamwork. Great job from Polars. That huge pallet stun. Probably kind of wasted a little bit of time. There's no point of really vaulting that window because she's usually going to go around, but looks like she didn't choose to go around. We have a pretty good setup here if Thunder does choose to come after us here. Because we have quite an open area here. It's not the best because the moment we vault this window, then she can start combining webs, and it's kind of like the same thing from last game. But yeah. Really, when you play at E5, look at this. Mama getting a second 69% decode in the same match. Props to her. Really, this game is all about just making it as hard as possible for the hunter to use their abilities. And the thief really shows that best with some hunters in this game. Some hunters in this game, they need specific circumstances to make it work, and thief kind of does a good job against that in some situations. Not all situations, because a lot of hunters have long-range attacks, so you can't really rely on your flashlight. But this is an example of that you can use. Assuming she doesn't have presence, of course, because when she has presence, then she can snipe you and interrupt your flashlight. Then it becomes a problem, but really, if you're going against Sculptor, same idea kind of applies with Thief. You don't want to hug walls too often, and Thief's flashlight is kind of all about that, not going out, near walls. So that's kind of teaches you a little bit about, you know, change your routes to make it harder for them to get value out of their ability. Don't just pick the same route, because the best route against Geisha may not be the best route against Bonbon. Because your route against Geisha is kind of built around more efficiently using pallets, not dropping them as quickly. Because once you drop it, then she can kind of dash over and quickly hit you. With Bonbon, you're all about gaining distance from the Bonbon. You don't want them to ever get close to you. So you don't want to be looping pallets. You don't want to be staying by the same pallet too long. You want to kind of drop it and constantly build that distance. So your strategy for Geisha is very different from Bonbon. So you got to change your route. That's kind of the idea there. Jeez. She looks like she's trying to go for the chip hit so that she doesn't put herself in recovery. Yep. We should probably still drop both these pallets so that she can't really easily web off of them. I will still do that. Because leaving these pallets up... Like, Spider, great example. Hunter that you don't want to leave pallets up around. As opposed to something like Geisha. Because they can actually they benefit off of you leaving that pallet up. Some hunters are find it really annoying when you keep leaving pallets up. Because it's really annoying for them. Having to break pallets. Because they need to get closer to you. Something like Ripper, for example. Would be an example like that. So leaving pallets up against Ripper, he wants that. So that even when you try stunning him, it doesn't do anything. Are we actually going to get a second rescue up? Dude, it would have been so funny if Mama went ahead and rescued there and we get another 3-person escape, like a 4-person escape, just like last game. Is this the same hunter? It might not be the same hunter. This might just be the same exact skin, the exact same spawn. You don't see that every day. I want to see real quickly. Is this the same hunter? Look at this. Okay, you don't check hunters there, Psyche. That was the same hunter. Same map, same spawns. I don't know if... I know I had the same spawn. I know the hunter had the same spawn. I don't know about everyone else. Very identical spawns, I will say. Man. So she didn't actually chase us this game. She knew where we spawned. She could have done the same thing that we did the last game. I was afraid. I was looking... Because this is the thing. I'm always afraid going against the same hunter in the exact same strategy. Using the exact same strategy. I was very tempted that game to go a different route. Because I'm worried that if we use the same route, she might have picked up on places where she could have webbed where she didn't. For example, when we were passing tunnel and there were those 2 pallets on my left, I believe, she could have webbed through those and gotten a hit on me sooner. So like there could be places that she could have picked up on and could get a hit sooner on me. Which is what I'm worried about. So if we're up against the same hunter, the same situation, I might go a different route. That's kind of like it's the same idea, just hopefully she doesn't pick up on the same spots to web. That's the idea there. So she didn't chase me though. I was very tempted to instead of going on the right, going on the left when she was coming after me. So instead of going to the tunnel side, I was thinking about going to the restaurant side behind the building. So it would have been kind of the same idea. Open area, really easy to use flashlight on, and not many places to web. So, same principle. Again, you can use definitely... You see, well, I guess that's kind of like a problem with that's at that point it's kind of a problem with Spider. That's why you don't see Spider, because she's easily manipulatable, opposed to other hunters. So here we go. We got a similar team again. We got Cowboy, who really loves his peaches. We got Thief. We got Mama playing Entomologist, and we got Polars on Patient. Overall, pretty mediocre team comp, mostly because of the Thief. I wonder, whoever is picking Thief, stop picking Thief. Jeez. What a useless survivor. Anyway. So, I'm not going to do this cipher right away. I'm definitely going to get away from it at first, just so we can see who the hunter is. Get a little bit of info. It's a wax artist. Yep, it's a wax artist, and he's not going after me. I believe it's a wax artist. Again, it's kind of hard to tell from this distance. Like, we're looking basically across the map, but I believe it's a wax artist. His foot was pretty white, and it looked like a tall figure. And it might even be the A-tier wax artist skin. It kind of looked like it. No, it's a geisha. It's a geisha. It was a tall figure. I got that right. It was a tall figure. Maybe it's a white skin, though. Maybe it's a white skin. Guys, it's not all in vain. Maybe it's a white skin. Okay, so Thief might seem like a pretty good counter to Geisha. It's not really. You need a butterfly to cancel her dashes. Just looking at the hunter with your flashlight isn't enough. You need to have a butterfly on you. That is probably the least white skin I could think of. But anyway. So if we get Helper on, it could be a little bit scary. We have to hope that she throws the butterfly on us. If she throws it on us, it'll automatically cancel any dashes she wants to do. So I'm hoping she does that. Oh, you know what? I think that skin is white if it's not in its enraged form. Maybe. I don't know. Waxar's Geisha mask. How was your Thanksgiving, Sicky? My Thanksgiving was pretty good. We had turkey, we had stuffing on the side, of course. We had corn, salad, potatoes. I don't really like potatoes, though. Unpopular opinion. And this white thing, this white stuff. Oh god, that sounds really bad. I don't know what it's called, okay? It's white stuff. Jeez, give me a break. I don't know what it's called. I even forgot how it's called in Polish. Oh my goodness, I'm such a terrible Polish person. Fry them and you get French fries. That's not a Thanksgiving dinner, though. Seki, what do you think of the percentages for Hunter and Survivor? I already mentioned Survivor at the start. I didn't get to go over Hunter because I didn't really have enough time. I kind of like gave myself 6 minutes to go over Survivor, which isn't a whole lot of time. Okay, please don't take another hit though, Mama, otherwise we're in a lot of trouble. I think she might. Yeah. The way she dashed immediately after knocking him down, you already know. You already know. So I don't think we can afford a rescue. Because if I go rescue, it'll require me to get injured. Then we'll have 3 people injured, which means any one of us is dead to a dash now. And we need at least 1% to not be susceptible. Okay, if she leaves this, though, I am going to have to go for the rescue. Okay, no. Looks like she is camping hardcore. I was thinking maybe she might dash off the chair right away. I'm really hoping she doesn't come after them. If she does, she's a really smart hunter. You know what? I'm actually going to stop decoding this cipher so she thinks someone is rescuing. Because if she sees this cipher's decoding, then she'll have a feeling that they're healing up. Okay, looks like she found them anyway. The idea there was so that we're not decoding, so that she's not sure if we're rescuing or if because if I'm decoding, and like, look, she knows patient just got knocked down, and she knows where entomologist is because she just heard her, and she sees the cipher shaking. That has to be me, which means she's completely safe to leave the chair. And I guess I should have gotten off the cipher sooner because it was kind of a little bit too late by then. Because at that point it was kind of too late anyway. Even if I stopped shaking the cipher at that point, it would still be too late because she still knows. That's not good. That's really good. She charge attacked. That was really smart. Not a whole lot I could have done about that. Prevent the dash. Prevent the dash again. Alright, so we still got the rescue off, at least. Pretty bad flywheel. Again, it's really hard. It's really hard with charge attacks. Because, like, they both look the same when they're charge attacking. Really sucks. Yeah, we'll heal up. I'll heal him up, I suppose. Problem is, if she's smart, she'll see the cipher stop shaking, and she knows we're healing. I don't have a butterfly anymore, so a flashlight alone will not stop this dash. Yeah, that doesn't work. The only case that would work is if she has a blink up. The only case that would work is if she did the glitch, which by the way a complete glitch. I know some people will say it's not a glitch. Doing that, it's completely a glitch. I'm sorry. That's the point of holding the flashlight, by the way. That's why I hold the flashlight out, so that when the button disappears, I'm still looking in her direction. But she had a blink anyway, so looks like Polish is gonna give the early surrender on this one. Let's see what happens first. There is this thing with geisha that you can do where if you tap the butterfly while it's on your side of the fence, the game will still think you're dashing towards the butterfly. The butterfly is not supposed to work. The butterfly is not supposed to work once it goes behind an object. It immediately is supposed to stop your dash. But there exists this portion where, whether that be game lag or something up with geisha, some bugginess with geisha, even when the butterfly passes through the wall, if she times it perfectly, she can sometimes, even with timing it perfectly, it still sometimes doesn't work. That's why I call it a glitch, not a tactic. Where she will still be able to keep following the butterfly through the fence, even though she's not supposed to anymore. And that's what she was trying to do to me right there, by throwing the butterfly out on a fence that she's not supposed to dash through. It's because she knows that thing exists, and it sometimes works, but not always. Anyway, she just blinked us no matter what, so it really didn't matter. She could have blinked us on that fence, and that would have made her life a lot easier. Just gonna ban the same stuff. We're not gonna ban Herbert and Clerk. Those are not very good hunters. There are way more difficult hunters to Kai than those two. But man, I'm so sore from Tuesday. I went rock climbing with my friend on Tuesday after school. Right. And that wasn't the difficult part. Okay, I just want to say rock climbing looks a lot easier than it actually is. It's a lot harder than it actually is. Than it actually looks, alright? Alright, so I did it. Alright. And then after that he asked me, do I want to play basketball? I'm like, sure. So we went to the basketball court, and get this, guys. I saw, you guys know those stationary bicycles? Those stationary bicycles that you just kind of cycle infinitely around? I'm like, yo, dude, we had these same exact bicycles at my grandma's place. And I never understood why she had that thing over there. Okay, Perfumer just stole my spawn that I wanted to pick. No, mama! Okay. Right? And I saw that. I'm like, dude, we gotta go on that. I loved going on those things when I was at my grandma's, and like my grandma had that, and I never understood the point. because I didn't know you could change the settings so it's not like on the lowest setting. Because I was like, I would go on that thing. I'm like thinking, why is this so easy? I'm just going as fast as possible. It was easier than a real bike. And then he told me, oh, you're supposed to push it down so it's harder and there's more friction, right? Friction. You guys who went to physics, who know that? No? You don't know? Okay, that's alright as well. You don't really need to know what that is in real life. Anyway, it just makes it harder to push. So I went on that for a good while. It's an N. So I went on that for a good while. We both went on it for I went for how long? 10 minutes on level 10? Do all those stationary bicycles have the same level, 1 through 20? I was on 10. So I did that for 10 minutes. Right? And that wasn't the hard part, okay? That wasn't the hard part. For me that was pretty normal, because the next day I am not feeling with any soreness in my legs, okay? So it was pretty normal. Maybe I should have went up instead of 10. I don't know. Dude, so then he said, yo, we should do these rowing things, okay? So these rowing things are you push in. You go backwards like this, and then you grab it like that. And then you go forward, you push your arms back forward, and then you get closer again. And you do that over and over, right? I did that for a little bit. My whole top part is so sore. I'm dying. Yesterday night, it didn't hit me the next day. It hit me the second day. So yeah. But man, I did that for way less. I did that for way less than the cycling thing, because later I did the cycling thing again after the basketball court thing, because I was having so much fun. But dude, that was the first time I went on those machine things at the gym, right? Because we had rock climbing at the gym in our college, right? Dude, the gym really makes me nervous. I don't like the gym. It really makes me nervous seeing all those people. Seeing all those people they know what they're doing. I don't know. What's a nerd like me doing over there? I'm out of here. I'm out of there. But thankfully it was 4 or 5, and it was it was the day after before Thanksgiving break. So the day before Thanksgiving break. So literally no one was there. All right, so that's awesome for me. Not in the gym, but in a different part of it's not really the gym anymore. It's these machines were in a different part of the school. But anyway, they were a lot of fun. Dude, when I go on those things, people go on those things to train really hard and be super tryhard. Dude, I just think it's fun. I just think it's really fun going on those bicycle things. Okay, and we just ran into the hunter. I just think it's really fun. But yeah. The rowing thing was also a lot of fun. They were both a lot of fun. I like them both. She might try to chair here. Yes, she is. So maybe we'll get a flashlight stun. Don't worry, Mama. I got you! I got you, Mama. I got you. One of these days! I'll get it! Okay, well, I was trying to body block. Okay, well, I don't know why the flashlight's not working. Okay, well, now I'm dead. Oh, man. That really sucks. Alright, well, you're gonna have to die. I don't care. That was worth it. The idea was to body block for her and then drop the pallet. Oh well, that's perfectly fine as well. One of these days, man. One of these days. And we actually got it. It actually saved the day for once. It usually doesn't work because they usually hug the wall as they're walking to the chair. She could have done that right there. Which is why I try to do it on more open areas. But you know what? that bought a good amount of time. It got a blink out as well. I got injured, but that's not the important part because I'm anyway not gonna do anything for the rest of this game. That was awesome. DBD flashlight save. I know, right? They're almost impossible to do in this game because it's not instant. Are we really not going to get a rescue before half? We're actually probably not going to win this game anymore. I don't know why people are going to rescue so late. Why aren't they going sooner? Alright, I hope Mama has the build that I gave her so that she decodes 10% faster for 10 seconds here. It looks like it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. When two people are decoding the server, it's kind of hard to tell because it's moving faster no matter what. I don't think it's worth not decoding for 10 seconds to get the boost though. I don't think it's worth it though. Because you waste a lot of time not decoding it. Just for 10%? 10% really only saves how much? I don't know. Yo, I don't think you need to heal again. I think someone needs to go rescue again. Not heal again. Okay, you know what? I guess that gives me a chance to prepare for late game. We do want a more useful item. An elbow pad would be the best thing. Football would be the second best thing. And if we don't get either, we're just going to keep the flashlight. Is that good? I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I will keep it. And we'll leave the flashlight for the doctor, because she'll definitely want the flashlight over the syringe at this stage of the game. I don't know. If she teleports on us, the flashlight's gonna be better, is the problem. Because it'll give us a chance to immediately remove her cats by her staying still on the gate. So I'm actually gonna keep the flashlight. Because we're also in a pretty open area. So we'll keep the flashlight. And we'll keep the illusion for BM. The illusion will be for BM. Yo, you stole my flashlight! She stole my flashlight. Let's go, illusion thief. Throwing off a firework. Let's go. I should have done the twerk with the thief. That would have been better. We're actually getting a lot of wins here. We're up to 3 wins already. Alright, so that's pretty good. There we go. Oh yeah, you're right. They nerfed Postman Letter to like be 10%. Did they? I just kind of breezed over that nerf because I didn't really think Postman was that great of a character in the first place. Like, it's like really situational. Is it only 10% now? It's only 10% now. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Alright. I forgot how the first game went. Oh. We actually lost twice? What happened this match? I don't even know what happened this match. I'm just minding my business and then we're all dead. We lost to Hellumber, guys. Obviously, Hellumber is the best hunter in the game. There's not much more to say. Alright. Thief can kite a spider, but Thief can't kite Hellumber. Actually, I was playing Gravekeeper. Never mind. Bro. Man. We lose to Hellumber of all things. I mean, I already know it. Like, whenever I see photograph for a Hellumber, I'm like, yep, we're for sure losing. And it's never because, like, in the past, I would always be like, oh my god, guys, free win, awesome, I'll take it any day. Nowadays, it's more like, I'm actually pissed that we're facing this hunter, because now I'm gonna be like, great, not only are we gonna lose, but I'm also gonna lose my dignity. Like, at least make me lose, like, Geisha, like, don't make me lose, like, Wax Artist Hermit, Hellumber. Take away my points, but don't take away my dignity with it. Please. Please, anything but my dignity. You ban? Oh. You think you can ban lawyer? Why am I typing for? Oh, big boy. You think you can ban lawyer? Okay, well, let me show you that crusty ban. I'm gonna go thief! Thief, get ready, hunter. We're going beef! Oh, you wait. We're gonna splash you. You're gonna flash you so hard you won't even know what's coming. I kind of have to stop myself. Oh no, I was supposed to pick Magician to drink the wine. Ah, shoot. Mikey, you lost your dignity when you stopped wearing underwear. Why is no one picking middle? I'm not picking middle on Ever Slipping. This is a map where I will not go middle on. I refuse. No, I can't. I'm realizing now if I don't pick middle, the hunter's just gonna pick middle, then I'll be in an even worse spot. Well, it's not all bad. It's not. Why would you choose the corner spot? Alright, enough questions for today, I guess. I'm gonna flash you. Did he even get to read my message? Oh man, I don't even think my message came out. You might scar him for life. The moment we flash him, he's gonna be scarred for life. Alright. Hopefully it's just a dude hunter. Hopefully it's not a female hunter, alright? So, you know, they're not as traumatized, you know. So we actually spawned a little bit closer to the hunter than I'd like. This is gonna be fine though. It shouldn't be a big deal. I would love to see who their hunter is, but on this map it's too dangerous. Because we gotta wait for them to come around a lot of buildings. And then once they come around the corner of the building, it's kind of too late to get a good route going at that point. It's a wuchang. Is that a wuchang? Did I see that correctly? It kind of looked like he was in black form. That's not wuchang, is it? It is. It's white form wuchang. Right. I was like thinking, there's no way it's black. I didn't hear a sound. It is white. It is white. Alright. I don't think he uses umbrella, so we're still... He didn't use his umbrella and he still got a hit. Nice. So now he has the umbrella. Priestess. Okay, you know what? Alright. Unfortunately, we can't really... Alright, we're just gonna have to flywheel this. Great, great, great. That was really good. Kind of a waste of a flywheel. I was trying to protect the priestess. Didn't realize that he could come after me very easily. That umbrella actually doesn't do anything. Wait, could it? He might hit me here. No, he won't. I try to use the flashlight, but... that doesn't do anything. Oh, I don't have pallet boost. No. Oh. Yo, can I not lag, though? Where am I even going? Pallet boost is such a huge game changer. No, why am I lagging? Dude, I'm pressing the button! That's not fair. That's not fair. That is not fair at all. Wow. I was literally spamming like this to get the bell over with so I can vault. That's not fair. That's really frustrating. That's really annoying. We don't have pallet boost either, so that kite was completely changed. I'm kind of kiting as if I have pallet boost. I need to change my route. Yo, don't body block me at least. Dude, no, no, no. Look at what's happening here. Nice, awesome. That's what we needed. Dude, I don't have pallet boost. This is so hard. I don't have pallet boost. This is almost impossible, Kai. Because when we have these pallets like this, when we have pallets like this, we just can't get out of this situation. We don't have anything to help us out of this situation. I should have changed. I'm so used to pallet boost that I'm using routes as if I had pallet boosts. And it's killing me. It's killing me. We're not even going to be able to get a rescue off. He's just going to teleport here. It's not going to work. If she goes for this, she's asking to die. Jesus. Okay, well, at least it wasn't on her, but she's still going to die. That's just my fault. That's just my fault. I'm still used to the old build, man. Oh well. What you gonna do about it? You just gotta get used to it. Drop the pallet. That was really good. Again, if the lag didn't happen, it would have been a completely different story as well. That's a terror shock, right? No. He swung really late. He definitely could have killed her right there. Black Wuchang has the fastest recovery off of a missed attack. Besides maybe Clerk, but... whatever. Oh, look at that bell cancel. Oh, well, she's not catching the bell. That doesn't do anything. I mean, kind of, but he was already on that side of the wall. We definitely could have survived if I took a different route, but the reason I use those routes instead of other routes is because the other routes with the pallet boost are just safer, better. Everything about them is just a lot more efficient. And so when I'm using these other routes, there are other routes that exist. I'm just not using them because they're a lot riskier, and they allow for more chances for the hunter to use their ability to still kill me. Which is the problem. You should really drop that pallet. Okay, well she didn't. I guess she doesn't have to because he's anyway gonna go around it if he doesn't break it. No window. If she went after the pallet, she actually would have survived. Because the walls would protect her from a long hit. It's a very long range attack, but it's very narrow, so any walls automatically are really bad against White Wuchang. Because you just go around the corner and then boom. It's really sad that we're actually probably going to lose this match. Jeez. DC. You're really slow, man. DC. Come on, DC. That was kind of embarrassing. Yo, Dade. Oh, I don't really know what that did. Would have actually been better to Flywheel with the Soul Siphon. Interesting that he's targeting the person who is anyway not dead. He just needs to keep everyone on chair constantly. So him hitting that priestess just gave this Turn Merchant a chance to rebound. Now is a little bit too late. It might be too late. Can she pop it? No, she's not. Oh well. You're surprised exit path is not default? Originally it was supposed to be default, but they made distress automatic, which is so stupid. It's actually unfair technically for survivors because it only took 5 points to have distress, but it took 10 points to have tinnitus. So them making tinnitus there already, but self-heal not, is actually unfair for survivors technically. It's not even. Plus, they anyway gave survivors worse persona abilities. But again, I have to be honest here. The hunter abilities really aren't that game-changing either. They're just like okay, but really none of them are very... You're still going to use pretty much the same build. Should survive here. Might blink here. No pala boost, so that really sucks. Should go for that pallet over there, otherwise you're going to die. Okay, well somehow she's still alive. A little bit risky. Look at this lag, like... Even briefly, it's only for half a second, but you guys see how everything like freezes there? And the ping is still shows 45. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. That definitely could have made our kite a little bit better by avoiding that first hit. That definitely could have been avoidable. The second hit, we honestly should have lived, but... Oops. I guess it didn't delete. Did I accidentally like click reset messages? I think I did. Oh well. Oh, I should have used the... I always forget to use the the rank protection card. Yeah, so please, like, dude, they could make this better. They could just put half faster. You don't even make it 5, 10, 15. Please, like, replace Mechally. Like, there's this useless part on the Persona web that instead of like replacing it, they just pushed it over. That's not how you balance your game. That's not how you... No. If you're gonna keep this, at least make it like a disadvantage. Make it like here. It's like a disadvantage to not go here. Like, make it force players to be strategic about it. Like, do you really want to... Like, if you want to have faster vault speed over here, then force yourself to have Mechally before then, so that you're not gaining only good stuff from it. You know, you're having to sacrifice some points to get the good stuff. That's like a strategic use. Better off just completely replace it. And they could easily fix that by instead of making it like 5, 10, 15% faster vault, they could replace Mechally. Just put the faster 10% vault there. Make it no cooldown as well. I would really like that. Don't just remove the 5 and 15 part. Just make it 10%, 1 point, and then just put knee-jerk reflex where it was. Because the thing about this game is, it's a lot of fun being faster than the hunter. And when you remove that, you remove a huge part of strategy, of just route strategy. Because a lot of my routes are now unusable. Because I don't have the pala boost that is saving my life. A lot of the times I'm having to use my ability, and my ability can't save my life all the time. Sometimes only a boost can do that, so I don't know. This needs to go. This needs to go. Put muscle memory here. Just like they did for hunters. Like, they removed something useless for hunters and they put something better there. Like, they took out Tinnitus and they put, like, that thing that drops down from heights. They need to do that with muscle memory and... I guess. They need to put that back where it was and call it a day. No tie turner, by the way. No one has tie turner. Oh, this is a really bad map for Thief. It's mostly because there's all this garbage in the way. There's a ton of garbage in the way. Dude, Schmitty, you're greedy, dude. You're greedy. You're the best kiter at middle, and you choose that? You forced us? You forced us to go middle? The best kiter should be picking middle. Not me, not Thief. I should be starting Shed, honestly. This team goated? I know, right? Did Sprinter not catch the memo about the Postman nerf? I don't know. You guys still remember Doomshock? Dude, that was like a 2018 thing. Why are people still talking about it? Actually, it was more like, it did go all the way to 2019. It didn't change personas until like 2019. Well, I don't have a Cypher here, so I kind of just have to camp on the stairs to make sure I'm not going to get chased. It's a Waxy. It's a Waxy boy. That means Thief is really bad. Yikes. I'll drop this pallet sooner than later. This is a hunter that depends a lot on... This is a pallet that gets a lot of their wax in while you're dropping pallets. Because it forces you to put yourself in an animation where they can get some easy wax in. So having these pallets down sooner than later could help out. Just do beware that he could also clog the pallets and prevent you from vaulting them altogether. I'm surprised Schmitty didn't like use an ability there to force him to use his 100 wax, because now Schmitty is gonna die to a single wax hit. Looks like he's gonna be able to go decrease it. So I guess he used the fireball in replacement. So that was still just as equally good. I'm just like a little bit worried because Waxars has really fast recovery, so he might not necessarily make it up the stairs in time before he gets hit by a single piece of wax after the recovery. But it looks like it worked out for him. I believe I heard insolence. I believe. 81%, 51, 54. Not great. This is obviously not great. By the way, that pallet is gone, so Schmitty is not going to have that pallet to work with anymore. So that route is going to have to change. Yeah. I wonder if he forgot. It's kind of an odd place to run. Don't you guys think? I feel like it's a little bit odd to run there if there's nothing there. There's no pallet there. They removed the pallet in the corner right there. There's still the other pallet. You can still use the other pallet. It's just like... it's just like, that's not really why people use that route, so... Plus, if you use that pallet, you kind of corner yourself, because then after that, what other pallet are you going to use? Even if they break that other pallet, what are you going to use after that? You're kind of in the side of the map. You're kind of trapped. So that area has kind of become dead. Where this is basically slowly becoming like Ever Sleeping, where you have these huge alleyways of just nothing. I don't know. I don't really like it. I feel like they could have kept the second pallet there and just pushed it over, so it's not right next to the factory, so the hunter can at least go around. They shouldn't have just removed one of the pallets entirely. They should have just taken those two pallets, moved it closer to the middle, so there's not like this dead zone between like the corner and factory. But it's also not so close to factory where once a person reaches factory, you're unkillable. That's how it should be. And the devs again, instead of making one area worse and making the other better by pushing those pallets somewhere else where they're needed, they just entirely remove it. So then you just get these long alleyways of just nothing. So even if you get through the alleyway, what are you going to use after the alleyway? Like, they didn't really move those pallets, they just removed them entirely. So, again, another thing I would change about this game that devs are not doing. Move the pallets into OP spots, because this is the problem with Leo's memory. I think we can all agree with this. Leo's memory has some really, really bad areas of kiting and some really, really good areas of kiting. All you have to do is remove the really, really good pallets and move them somewhere else so that it evens out. So that way you don't have like, super OP and then super bad areas. You just have overall well-rounded areas. Would make it a lot more balanced. Unfortunately, Schmitty got farmed there. Oh, we have the Cypher Prime. That's really good. Nice. Follow me. That really sucks. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, how bad the devs are bouncing areas. Put it on the snowman. There you go. Nice, we got the dungeon letter. That's really good. If he uses his teleport here, we are definitely going to use the portal. Because she's definitely going to be able to heal us in time. Plus, remember, if he uses a teleport here, he won't have anything catch up to us. So, we'll be completely safe. Not that he would have anything to teleport on anyway, but... Here we go. Here we go. Hunter's over here. No detention. I want to get some BM stuns in. Could you give me a BM stun? Give me BM. Give me BM! I want BM! Give me the BM. Oh! He trying to be sneaky! Get out of here! Yeah, that's right. No wax gun for you. Yes! Yes! Stun him, mama! Teamwork! Oh, you think you're gonna put your head up? Okay, we're out. That's enough BM. That's enough. That's enough. That's definitely enough. No more BM. Good job, Schmitty. Really nice kite. Great rescues from you guys. I did nothing. I just complained. The evil has been defeated, Schmidt. Schmidt has been defeated! The evil is gone from this server. Psych. Did he die? Did he die or did he survive? No, I think he died in the end. Yes! Schmidt was defeated! Yeah, you're right. What did Schmitty do? Why do we all hate Schmitty? He's ginger. That's it. That's a pretty hard point to argue with there, my good fellow. Him being ginger. Yeah, Schmitty, that's a pretty good reason. I'm sorry, man. Gonna have to side with him. He's ginger evil. Dude, I got this tea leaf in my mouth. Just swallow the tea leaf. Easy. We're eating leaves for dinner today. Bro. Nice kite because it's wax artist and acro on a 2-story. Hey, it's a good kite. Gotta give credit where credit's due. You know, look, in the past, I would be like, oh my goodness, all right, obviously he kited. Nowadays, it's like, if people kite for 3 ciphers in hospital, it's like, oh my goodness, he survived. They did a kite in hospital. Bro, I thought they would die in 10 seconds. That's amazing. Clap it up, guys. That's what it feels like nowadays. Because the opposite usually happens. The opposite is they die in the best kiting area on the map against the worst hunter. That's usually what happens. And that's usually what happens. Guys, Mama is 2-0 on us on the 69 decode. I gotta get a 69 decode of my own to match this up. Alright, we're gonna focus next match. We're gonna try to get the 69. Pretty cool. Yo, Mama's taking the L by picking middle. She's such a hero. Give her a medal, someone. Someone give her a medal. Wang Ling is gonna go forest. Pretty good spawn. I don't like that she's starting factory. She either should have started front gate or... Well, I guess factory's alright. Again, it kind of goes... Because Hunter's not going to chase her there, let's be honest. Like, it kind of goes against what I say, like, you know, even if it's a good area, you don't want it so that Hunter can easily walk up to you and you're not really building any time by walking away from them. Part of this game is just walking. Walking wastes a lot of time. If you're staying in the same spawn they're walking towards you, though, that's a big L for survivors, right? You don't want that happening. If you know Hunter's coming for you, even if they're far away, start walking, because it's going to waste so much time trying to catch up to you. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember, you move like 4 meters per second, and the Hunter moves 5 meters per second. This is rough estimates. It could be more like 3.6, something like that. At the end of the day, 3.6 is better than 0, and that's 3 times as much time wasted, if you think about it. If you're moving 0, and they're moving 5, that's infinite time wasted, right? You got if that's 0, you're not going anywhere. Alright, I'm glad we missed the calibration. This is why we missed the calibration against hunters like wuchang. Always got to make sure that, because it didn't seem like he's chasing anyone. No one's been pinging anything. that like he's on anyone. He still didn't use his umbrella. I'm gonna miss again. Oh no, he's in black form. Alright, so he did use his umbrella. Great stun. Prospector is getting chased. Unfortunately, Prospector's not pinging. I had to see him get stunned to know that Prospector is getting chased. Kind of annoying. Did get the blink out. He is running insolence though, so Prospector has to be careful of blink. Again, Bell is not really the end-all be-all ability of hunters. It's very easy to manipulate with the proper timing of pallet drops and window vaults. If you drop or vault at the perfect time, it'll cancel the bell, just like Patroller, where it won't do anything until they get the next bell, I guess. In which case you can do the same thing again in like an infinite cycle. So that's kind of like the problem with Bell. Your teammate Prosper has been recommended to spectate the pros. Why? He's doing a pretty darn good job. That was almost a 3-cipher kite. It'll be about 3 ciphers. We'll go to this one. We'll go to this next cipher, and we're gonna waste minimum time walking to it. Because even though we were behind on our cipher, technically, we're gonna be able to easily make up for it by walking to it. So look at this. Even though we started later, we're actually gonna start our cipher before the other person could. So even though they finished sooner, we negated a lot of that time just by being able to walk. It looks like we have a double rescue going on. That's really bad. That is really bad. So we have no progress on our 5th cipher still. It doesn't matter how fast we finish the 4th cipher. The only thing that matters with the 4th cipher is if it's like someone who can support. I can technically support with my flash. I can technically, but it's almost impossible because the bell is probably going to cancel it. And the Soul 7 is just going to make him avoid me at a super high speed. So that's kind of the problem there. We could still try. If he has it on cooldown, it's still going to be helpful. Flashlight will be able to lock those traits down while they're on cooldown so that we can keep them down with the flashlight and then even try to go for a stun. Can the game please stop disconnecting? That would be really nice. Alright, I guess we're disconnecting today. 61%, 44. Hunter changed target. I'm going to get out the cipher just in case. Alright, not on me. The reason I don't vault the pallet immediately is because some wuchangs don't know how to aim their umbrella. And they might overshoot their umbrella and hit past the window. So I always wait for after the teleport just so I see where they land. Because usually vaulting the window isn't really going to make a difference. If they're in black form, waiting by the window is actually better. Because then you immediately cancel the bell with the vault. Let's finish the cipher first just so he's not suspectful of our cipher. Now we can heal safely without him like teleporting on us. Because he won't think anyone is sitting there anymore. 49%. Perfumer goes down. All good. I'll just be able to rescue her. Hopefully Prospector does not go for this rescue. Because he's the one who's been on chairs. So if he goes to rescue, Hunter will just automatically target him. How far is that chair? Not far at all. We'll definitely make it. Definitely. We'll have plenty of time to spare it. In fact, we'll even get there early. So he might go for the Prospector here. I wouldn't be surprised. I do have to be careful of Soul 7 here. Worst case scenario, we can try to flywheel it, but it's not going to matter anymore. Prospector just gave a free hit for no reason. I guess I didn't ping that I'm coming. Maybe I didn't ping that I'm coming. My bad, I guess. My bad, guys. I should have known. It would be nice to remove his umbrella, but I don't think that's going to happen. Alright. So let's go work on the cipher. Any distraction on us would be way better than on them. Even if he hits me, it's still way better. Alright, that umbrella is going to do nothing. And I'm ready to rescue now. We want to be sitting next to the chair so we don't give him a chance to pressure the cipher. So that's the idea here. We'll even remove his umbrella, just so he has no chance of it. And yeah, he has to walk there. He actually has to walk there. He can't even use Soul Siphon yet. That's pretty cool. Alright, so they should have the cipher primed. I'm a little bit worried that one of them is going to like die to a bell and the other one's going to run off instead of waiting by the cipher. So, alright. I have a feeling someone's going to die, though. I don't know about that pop. Looks like they just barely survive. Okay, yeah. Thankfully, he's going after the Prospector, not the Entomologist. So, we should be able to survive here. Second machine prime. Yep, that's another W on the board. Let's go. Getting a lot of wins today. Nice. By the way, I forgot to use the card on the game that I lost -7. So the rank protection card isn't being very helpful. I always forget to use it. Wrong, she's always hot? Who's always hot? Don't answer that. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. You guys probably just coming back from dinner. Maybe you are about to have dinner. I don't know. I had dinner at 3 p.m. today. That's just when my mom decides to have it. Siggy collecting W's today. We got a fair bit of W's today. We're getting a lot of thief wins. Really cool. A lot of thief wins. She's Bubba. She's not Tato. She's Bubba. Evening Skies Orpheus beating up was a bigger rip. What are you guys talking about? I love wuchang so much, but every time I get paired with one, they always use the ugly Junji Ito skin to make my skin crawl. That one's not so bad. Like, have you seen the Dream Witch one? I don't think you've seen the Dream Witch one. Look, he knows who Bubba is. Not Tato. He only knows a Bubba. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. In what way is it creepy? Poor Emil. He died. Jeez. What are these messages in chat? Please do not talk about that. There are kids here! Who is that? Who are you? Who are you? Evening Skies. Grease chum, don't give in! What are you guys talking about? Psyche, do you like any of the old limited S tiers, like Exorcist, Animal Tamer? I would have to go through them one by one, but I really like the Feast and Poseidon one. That one comes to mind. What's another good one? Geisha's not limited. I really like the wuchang limited S skin. That one is one of my favorites. Just the fact of this good versus evil fits wuchang perfectly. I love, like, the message behind it. I really like it. Are there any cool ones on the Survivor side that I like? I think Priestess is cool. It's not the best, but I like the halo effect. I think Animal Tamer is cool, but by far, if you want to know my favorite skin in the game for S tier, it's gotta be Sears. It's gotta be Sears S skin for limited. It's probably the best in the game, in my opinion. Fits Sear perfectly, like this hooded, caped guy, where you can only see his eyes. Really cool. I really like that. I am not a big fan of Far East Wind. I think there's too many skins that look like Far East Wind that just took away from the value of Far East Wind for me. For me, a character can't, a skin can't just be, good in my opinion. Yo, can we get the shape? Let's go. Hunter, do it. Hunter, do it. You'll spawn by the mechanic no matter what. Go right in the middle. Go right in there. Don't start front gate. Start right there. Let's go! We got the shape going. The non-suspicious shape. Let's go. We got Mama on the left, Kadik on the right, Sesame, Psyche going on top, and Hunter in the mid. Couldn't have said it any better than that. Let's go. Great start to this match already. This cipher shouldn't be locked. Hopefully it's not. Yes. So, which cipher did get locked? It must have been that one. Because that cipher is way closer to the Hunter than that one is. So that cipher is definitely the one that got locked. If the cipher had Shed spawned instead of that one, and then that cipher spawned, this one probably would have gotten unlocked. So a little bit of relying on luck there. Psyche. There are children. Also Psyche. The shape! Guys, look at the shape! 69 marks, you're right! We have to get to 69 now. 40%. I better see everyone going for the 69. If not 69, at least be 68 or 7. Come on. We're at 49 right now. We're just 20% away. We can get this. No. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I need to get it. Okay, finally you decided to ping. Now I know someone's getting chased. Maybe she pinged earlier, but I just need someone to ping like after another 10 seconds. Like, is she still on you? Or like, what's going on? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh no. You know what? I'm sitting here and waiting. We're waiting for the ping to come back. No! No! We missed it by 1%. I waited for no reason. Why are you coming for me? Aww, I'm sad. First you come after me, now you're... Alright. That's alright, it'll get the job done. Oh well, no 69 this time, but I suppose we could try to get a 69% flashlight. We could go for the 69 flashlight. Are we at 69 yet? Oh, we passed it. I'm not even focusing on the game. I'm just like scrolling through my pings. I should have used Flywheel there. That would have been the correct play. Do I even use this here? We'll avoid it. Uh-oh. Never mind, we're all good. I thought we were in trouble there for a second. Alright, 100 cheese target. She might still come after me, so I'm gonna get off. Because I don't know who that was. Whoever that was had full health. Oh no, it was the mechanic? Was that the mechanic or was that someone with full health? I'm surprised they would go after that person. I could have sworn they had full health, right? I didn't get to see, like, their walking animation. Someone was there, though. Okay, we can get it this time, though. We didn't get it last time, but we can get it this time. We were way past the 69% flashlight. Where would it be? It would be, like, right where the flashlight is pointing downwards. Right there. Psyche. There are children here. Also Psyche. Guys, we gotta get the 69. 35%. Oh, we're the last cipher now. We definitely gotta get the 69. Oh, it's gonna be so hard though because I have this thing that makes it so the letters aren't lining up. Oh, now accelerated decoding is making it harder too. 53. This is gonna be hard, guys. I don't know if you'll be able to get it this time. We gotta try for it, right? Okay. I think we got it. I'm gonna sit here and wait. Let's go! At least once! We got it! We got it! And we're getting brewing effect. So that's not all wasted. 81%. We'll be able to pop before she goes down. Look at Thief kiting in. I definitely could have done better by not taking that basic hit for free if I was just focusing a little bit better. But hey, we still managed. We still alive, right? Focus on the coding. Alright! I hope you didn't mean that randomly. I was pinging constantly though, so she should know the server was pretty much primed at that point. I'm actually gonna go for their gate because I have a feeling this mechanic's gonna go down pretty soon, and I don't think I'll be able to open my gate in time. Shoot, never mind. She's actually in the way. That's gonna make things a little bit more annoying. That pallet nerf actually didn't really matter a whole lot. We didn't end up needing that pallet anyway. I would have ran past the pallet. I wouldn't have dropped it anyway. So that them nerfing the pallet didn't make a difference. Now she's not dead on chair. I was gonna say she's not dead on chair, so she has to camp this, right? But nope. Well, we'll still go for the rescue. Because it does still waste a lot of time for the hunter. And she's not gonna be able to catch both of us. And look at this. She used one of her cats already, so she's on a 7-second cooldown at least. Okay, never mind. People are just gonna get free hits. Oh, that really sucks. Okay, did I use it too late? I don't know what happened there. Okay, this is really annoying. Oh, am I still gonna live? I actually still live. What happened to your second dash? It was on cooldown! It was on cooldown because she had to use 2 just catching up to us, so she only had enough for 1. Don't lag! Oh my god, I was lagging. I was lagging. Oh, that really sucks. And then out of nowhere, she's on the other side of the wall. Okay, well, we should have gotten a cat out before we die there. That's why we should have been fine. The mechanic should be able to get a cat out, and then I'm safe. But she went down without a cat, so now I have to survive a cat. I actually survived a cat somehow. I actually survived it because she didn't have a second jump. But man, these people are making our lives so difficult, unnecessarily difficult. Why is she going for the other gate? I don't know. That's the closer gate. I don't know, guys. She doesn't have teleport. I mean, she wouldn't have teleport either. You guys are completely safe on that side of the map. Okay. I do think they should follow me I don't know. This mechanic isn't really. Okay, no. Now that we know where the hunter is, do not come after me. She's just gonna teleport at this point. I don't know exactly when teleport is up. But at this point, at this stage of the chair, I'm a little bit worried. There we go. So there it is. She probably would have made it, but I think she would have been able to teleport right on time still before she rescues me. Yeah. So we actually survived her because she didn't have a second jump. Anne gets 2 jumps at full presence, but they have a cooldown, so that if you try using 2 right away and then use the next jumps immediately when your next cat is up, you only have enough for 1. That's the thing about Anne that I learned when I was playing a little bit of Anne, is that if you use your jumps right away and then you use your second cat right away as well without letting the jumps cool off, you'll be on a cooldown for the second one. You only have enough for 1, so we actually survived her just barely. Really close. She was trying to catch up to us with the stuns and stun us right before we stun her. But we were able to survive there. Should have done a little bit better again. I want to stay around that side of the wall until I see her commit to one side, then I go opposite side. It was just really unfortunate that had to happen. So, still, we got out. I was really worried there. I thought for a second there that mechanic would just... The point of that mechanic coming from me is because no one is pinging where the hunter is. If anything, I had a feeling hunter's on the other side of the map if she's on gate side. So that would be a good time to rescue. Problem is, once they got the gate open, then you don't really need to come out rescue me anymore at that point of the game. So thank goodness. I didn't actually expect her to listen to me. I thought she would still go rescue me. So I'm very glad she listened to that second ping. So, kind of weird because I told her to rescue me and I'm telling her to not rescue me. It really just depends on like the situation where the hunter is. Once I have more info, we can make a better choice. So yeah. Your sister has Steam Teen? Don't be jealous at all. That skin is really ugly. There's a reason I don't wear it. It's really ugly. It's so gosh darn ugly. I think we can still pick Mercenary. We can still look at Mercenary at least. But yeah, this skin is really ugly. It's so bad. We're not gonna pick Coordinator, though. We are gonna go with the no tie tuner build again. Let's go. I don't know what that middle word means. Spanish expert not getting it done. More like Spanish newbie. She is something tortillas. There you go. There you go. Spanish expert kicking in. Can we get the shape? This is a terrible spell choice. Do not pick the corner. Do not pick the corner. I just want the shape. Do the shape! Do it! Do it! Don't pick back gate, otherwise I'm in a lot of trouble. Yes! I'm gonna die, but yes! We got it! Let's go! The non-suspicious shape, let's go. Let's go, we got it. Dude, I'm doing this in front of Schmitty and Sprinter too. We should be playing serious. Dude, my level of seriousness over these past months from playing with randoms is just non-existent. I used to be much more interested in winning games with good players, because, I don't know. I respect them, of course, but, man. I think I'm done with IDV, honestly speaking. Is this cipher locked? What's up, Schmitty? This cipher is so risky to do anyway, though. It's not a good idea. Do we really want to do middle? We'll go to this cipher. It's just a wuchang. I don't think I'm gonna die. There we go. 0%. You would love to see me playing Hunter. That might help with the burnout. It would be nice, but it would just be a lot of grinding at first, because I'm just a low tier hunter, so A lot of it is just gonna be like, you know, getting easy wins. We're gonna go 10, 11. Sometimes all games would be wins. In fact, they should all be wins. If I respect myself, if I have any respect in my hunter, they should all be wins. No mistakes from my end. But yeah, 39%, 71. Shmidi, you just barely missed the 69. Respect loss for you, man. Now we're gonna cover Shmidi's mistake, and we're gonna get the 69. We're gonna show him. We're gonna show him how it's done. Right next to the E and the R. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, shoot. I'm waiting. No, I can't. Mama's gonna die. Oh, God, yeah. I'm not waiting. I'm sorry. I'm not waiting. Don't say that. Oh, my goodness. Mama is disrespecting Sprinter. She doesn't care who, what, when, or why, what they're from. Where they're from. Sprinter got the 69, though. She doesn't care who they are, where they from, what they did. Actually, she does care what they did. Sprinter just messed up big time. So yeah. We're gonna go heal Sprinter at least. Come here, Sprinty. Come here, Sprinty. Come here, Sprinty. You know, usually I'm not the one saying that because usually I don't want to be next to him. He's usually playing Hunter. I'm usually not saying that around him. Usually I'm more like, get away, stay away. I'm warning you, I'll flash you. That's usually more what it's like. Guys, look at this. There's no pallet here, so this chair has become a lot worse. Ooh, you guys like that lag? That was nice. I got you, mama. I got you, homie. Look, he has no idea. He has no clue. Chair hit? Chair hit. No, he's going for the terror shock. Oh, I can't even stun his face. Oh man, guys, not the brightest play because now we're all injured, but definitely the loyal play. Definitely the loyal play. Not the strategic play, but definitely the loyal play. 3%. He's got the B for you sticker, repping his team as he should. Oh, I need to get the 69 heal. Don't worry, I got you, Shmini. I got you. Don't worry, we're gonna flywheel this bout. Let's go. No, I should have saved his life with the flashlight. Could I? Was there enough time? I actually don't know. I don't know if there was enough time. Looks like that heal was kind of pointless. I was hoping he would use a ball, and then I use the flywheel so that both of us get out unscathed, no damage. I was kind of hoping for that, but the fact that he took a hit right away means that the heal was pointless. I mean, it saved it stalled a little bit because he put himself in a hit recovery, where otherwise if we didn't heal, he wouldn't be in a hit recovery, but otherwise it wasn't worth it. Oh well. Even if you used the ball, I'm not sure if he would have made it. So yeah, guys, this is why you should reconsider being loyal to your teammates. Because now we have no one to rescue, since I rescued Mama. Oh boy, yep, that's rough. So we don't really have a chance of making that rescue right now. Forward is the only person who could possibly have Tide Turner. So basically what's going on here is he needs to pop his Cypher before me, which he's not even going to be able to because he's getting pressured. And he's dead? He died somehow? Okay. Don't worry, Shmini, I got you. I got you, buddy. He's going to have his teleport back by the time we run up the stairs, but... Okay. Yeah, I won't even have Flywheel back. We're in a lot of trouble. Oh shoot, we're in a lot of trouble. I'm gonna use the flashlight like this, so that we're still getting the speed bonus. Oh, GG's. It was nice knowing you. The flashlight doesn't even work on heights, so... We died. Yep, we died. Yeah, 4 can't even pick himself up. I might be able to. Will I? Not really. Alright guys, time to hide. Hopefully he doesn't have Deer Hunt. Now that you don't have Tinnitus, you don't have to carry Deer Hunt either. Deer Hunt is the trait that allows you to see survivors through walls. Never mind. Never mind. So yeah. I honestly speaking there, I don't know if a ball would have been enough there to save Schmitty, even if he used it. Oh my god, Baba. You blocked him. He went for that? Yo, guys. HQ is telling me that Sprinter went for one of famous. If you guys know who Mistaken Green is, he's the founder of the Mistaken Green forward stun. Another word for the Mistaken Green stun is I also like to put YOLO in front of it, so you might hear me refer to it as the YOLO stun or the Mistaken Green YOLO football stun, where you use all your football, not thinking about the consequences if you miss, and hoping that you're going to hit a moving target. Also hoping that there's a wall behind them. So yeah, you can thank Mistaken Green for that. So thank you, Mistaken Green. I have a beautiful term for this forward football. Man. You know what? I may have gotten kicked out of Legacy for that. But you know what? You know what? No regrets. It gave me a beautiful turn. As deserved. So yeah, guys, long story short, we're not going to be seeing Sprinter anymore. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. Don't tell me that. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't. Don't worry. I lightened the mood with it. Everyone except Mistaken Green will laugh at it. Does anyone even know who that guy is? Does anyone know who Mistaken Green is? Does he still play the game even? You should have BM'd Trinity. Not even rescue him? No, I'm not that low. I may go pretty low by playing Thief, but I'm not gonna go that low. I'm not gonna twerk on his chair. You were wuchang. GG's to you, Ming. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Mingju Yin. Thank you so much for coming on the stream. It was GG. We had a hilarious match. The Mistaken Green YOLO didn't work out that match. Oh well. Am I really picking this spawn? Can we get oh, we can still get the shape! We can still get the shape! Come on, Hunter, do it! Do it! Go in the spawn, that makes no sense. He didn't go for it. I mean, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. He would put himself at a huge disadvantage, but oh well. I should have picked that spawn. Guys, do you see where I'd be spawning? I'm spawning in the middle of nowhere. The green forward is fire. Oh, I'm not talking about the green forward skin. I'm talking about the Mistaken Green player, you know? Hopefully Mistaken Green is not... Dude, I had one time, I think like the whole Legacy team came after me and started banging the chat. For something. I don't remember what it was, but I don't know. I think I slandered one of them and we had a lot of drama here. I think I slandered iAliens tier list. I think that's what happened. That was a good day. I love that day. Did Mama get a purple soul on her? She didn't. Look at Mama. Look at the patience. She knows. She knows the exploit is near. She knows. I'll break the tree so she doesn't have a purple soul on her. I hope I broke that in time. Yeah, I don't think she has a soul on her. Alright guys, Patient is pretty dead. He looking pretty dead. I don't know what else to say. In your defense, Thief is fun. I think Thief is good! I think Thief is good. It's just like a meme where like Thief is bad. I think there's serious potential with Thief. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I just played this game for too long and know way too many of the routes to just not even need an ability anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this ability really does suck. Trust me, this ability does suck a lot of the time. It's all about knowing how to use it. Like, don't put yourself near walls, otherwise Hunter's gonna hug the walls, too. If you see them hugging the walls, like, moonwalk away from the wall. Which is another thing, knowing how to moonwalk. How am I able to so consistently moonwalk with Thief without running into obstacles? How do I do that? Two reasons. Because back in Season 1, Thief was the best kiter in the game. He had 15% increased vault speed, and there was no one better than Thief. There wasn't even Perfumer. Perfumer and everything after Perfumer didn't exist at the time. So Thief was the best kiter next to Magician. Those two were the best. So, whenever you use the flashlight, you would have some experience. Now, here's the thing. At the time, since Clown was the best hunter, and Flashlight was so useless. Flashlight had so many problems with it. It didn't have all the buffs it has today. We're in a lot of trouble. Oh, thank God he didn't put the tree. Why didn't he put the tree with the road? I don't know why he didn't do that. I guess it's because he's not going to chase me. Back then, you wouldn't use the flashlight at all, but when Geisha released, it was a different story. Now the flashlight was really good against Geisha because it prevented the dash. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. To say the least, we're in a lot of trouble. Thankfully we got out of there unscathed, but we needed to use the flywheel. I had a feeling that if we dodged it, he would be able to catch up to us with a boost. That's why I went for the flywheel. I felt like it was safer. So it looks like we're not going to be able to do this middle cipher. What are our other options? I'm just going to trust my other teammates to have the other options covered, and I'm just going to be here to exist, to pressure. I saw someone use an illusion. Did you guys see that? I saw the dust particles all the way at ship. I gotta be careful here. He's not going after Magician, so he could still come for me. No one is pinging anything right now. He's still going after Magician. Unfortunately, Magician is wasting my time. Oh my God. I don't think he has a soul, right? He doesn't have it. Because he just used it on the Magician. Oh, now he will. Nothing I could do about that. Dude, why is it taking so long to drop a flashlight? I'm like spamming the button, it's not dropping. Alright, well, at least we'll die away from the cipher, but we're kind of messed up here, because this flashlight is really bad. Okay, now we can actually live here. Oh, okay, that was really good for us. Okay, there's a lot of garbage in my way. There's a rock behind me. Alright, I never talked about how I knew how to moonwalk. It's because when I used to play Thief, a long time ago, Thief was good against Geisha, so you actually needed to know how to moonwalk. And you actually had to memorize obstacles. Look at this, though. Because we have no souls, it's actually... Uh-oh. Because there's no souls? Okay, now we are in a soul area. So if he's smart, he'll use a soul to speed up. If not, then I don't know what he's doing. Shoot, we're in a really bad area. So... we'll just take the basic hit here, I guess. Oh, no! No full presence. He still has no full presence. Unfortunately, he has the road here. The road will still kill us. He has no soul. He can't use the soul yet. He doesn't have it back yet, I don't think. He does. Okay. Not a hit. We can actually remove his abilities again here. Oh, God. Right as I'm talking about how I memorized. I forgot, like, you can actually walk in there. I forgot. So, I don't know all the spawns. But I do know most of the important ones. Like, rocks. The rocks and the tall walls are the biggest things to memorize with Thief. But there was a time that you needed to know how to moonwalk with Thief. And, I'm not perfect with it, but... I'll tell you, I'm a couple lot better than your average Thief. So... It was a pretty good kite, all things considered. Made a few mistakes there at the end, but we're completely fine. Aren't you tired of being nice? I still have people in my comments say I'm arrogant. I still have people in my comments say that, you know? Someone does a terrible 10-second kite, you know, Ellie would go off on them, you know? But and like, he goes off with people who don't pick meta characters, alright? I used to be like that, but eventually there was a point where I'm like, well, why does it matter? Because the hunters aren't picking meta either. So who does it really bother? And if they pick meta, well, then that's on them. That's on them, and they should learn from it. You know, maybe next time they'll go meta. But it's not enough. I'm still arrogant. I'm still arrogant. I'm still rude. I'm still full of myself. And yeah, that's how it works. Like I think like Tuesday, Monday stream. Like, someone was telling me about the comment section and how, like... I was telling someone that, like, I try to be nice to everyone. Like, I try my best, but... And, like, they show me an example of, like, in my most recent stream, someone is already calling me arrogant in my most recent streams. I'm like, dude, screw off. I just hid them from the channel. Because someone in the comments of that message also said that they've been nothing but toxic in my last few streams. Always having something negative to say about me. So, you know what? You have something negative to say about me every stream, fine, I'll hide you. Well, usually, even negative people, alright? Someone says something, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're right. Maybe it's something I can work on. But, dude, I'm being as nice as possible to some of these things we're seeing in this game. Like, you see a hunter making some of the worst decisions ever? Like, what am I supposed to start saying? Am I supposed to call them dumb, stupid, idiot? How far am I supposed to go? I can say they made a bad play, right? A dumb play, dare I say, right? If it's really, really dumb, just to really emphasize it. But apparently that's too toxic as well. I was so arrogant, I pushed you in a locker and said you were bad at IDV. For real. For real, that's life. Psychologist. Do I really want to be sacrificing a good spawn for so psychologist can get a good spawn? I'll take. Thank you, Mama. I'll take that spawn. I'll take that. Because like the problem here is now if I stay in that spawn, Hunter spawns bad corner, and I'm always gonna run into someone. The four corner spawn where like everyone spawns in the same corner of the map, kind of. It's not a good strategy because then. Like, yes, you kind of protect the person all the way at shed, but the thing is, the people around you are still going to have to do their own rotations, and they're going to rotate into you is the problem, because they still, at the end of the day, need a good kiting area. That's why doing, like, the four corner strat, where you have, like, mechanic in the corner and 3 people surrounding her, it's not that good. Because then the hunter will start chasing someone else, they'll probably have no really good area to work with, and, they'll have to go to you, most likely. That's my problem with the 4 corner strategy. I don't know. It's not really the 4 corner strategy. It's like the compact corner strategy where everyone tries to clog into one corner and a hunter can only spawn on the sides of the map in like an L shape. So it's not as great of a strategy as it looks. Because at the end of the day, you aren't really protection. You're just as susceptible. You're just putting yourself in a bad spot that makes someone else in an already good spot. Harder to chase, which makes no sense. So that's the idea there. What is the best persona setting for Thief? So I've said this, I've said it before, but I'll explain it again. You know the idea with why I use the build I use with Thief. So with Thief, the best, to understand what build you need to use on Thief, you first need to understand what hurts Thief, what makes Thief bad in a lot of situations. And the biggest problem with Thief is that Thief has no ability to use from a far range. You know, most hunters or survivors have an ability that will protect them from any range, right? They'll have an ability that will protect them from any range. Classic photographer match right here, by the way. And they'll have an ability that will protect them. So, like, even if a hunter goes for a long-range ability, their ability still works at that range. So let's say you're up against Violinist or Sculptor, and you're playing something like Seer, your owl will still work when they're hitting their ability with you. So it'll still give you good value. But with Thief, there's this horrible in-between where if you're too far from the hunter, you're actually going to... I didn't think he would go for such a greedy blink. I shouldn't have dropped that. Okay, well, the point is we got the blink out, but I really, really wanted to flywheel the blink and then vault the pallet. That really sucks. I'm really hoping someone can rescue me, because we can definitely rebound this. We can definitely rebound this if someone rescues me. As long as I don't lag. Got a little bit of lag there. Lawyer's the only one who can rescue me. I still have the durability of the flashlight. We can still flywheel one hit. I also have the boost off of chair. We can definitely rebound this. We can totally rebound this. Yeah, that looks like a lawyer. He's not making that. Nice. I don't know why he chose to take the long route. Even if he gets hit, he's just going to have veteran bonus to protect him. Does he not know what character he's playing? Like, here's the thing. This is why Photographer is such a bad hunter. Like, I can easily rebound if you guys just rescue. Like, even if he finds me, worst case scenario, he finds me, right? I don't get a chance to kite. Then he kills me with the blink after I rescue. I'll be able to rebound the 3rd try. I just need a rescue. I just need a rescue. Why are people prioritizing their Cypher? Like, you cannot prioritize your cipher. Otherwise, you will not rescue. Why are people so... Again, I would love to say stupid, because that is exactly what they deserve to be called, but... Whatever. Why are you dropping that pallet? He's just gonna go around it. Why are you breaking that pallet? You can go around that one. Just like bad plays followed by another bad play. It will be good for your mental health. The problem with Hunter is that it's just not a challenge. Like, if you face survivors like this, where is the challenge? Jesus, that was close. I would have used the other window. If you had a boost, I would have used the other window. Guys, is it me or is like window boost not the full boost? Like, it's supposed to be the full boost if you're in a Hunter terror radius, but why does it not feel like it? I don't know. Oh my god. Oh man. We definitely could have rebounded that, like 100%. Classic photographer though. Classic photographer followed by classic teammates. Man. Yeah. Not a whole lot to say about this match, really. Do we even have a cipher? Nope, we don't. Yeah, she does have the boost off of chair, so she's gonna survive. But lawyer's gonna go down. We just need to keep focusing on the cipher. Alright. That's gonna be a little hard. I don't know what people are thinking. Why would you go over here? Why would you not take the window? You would survive if you just took the window. I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking. Like, do you not remember the point of the game is to survive? It's your name. It's in your name, Survivor. Can you please share your persona after this? Yeah, absolutely. I did it at the beginning of the stream, the 3 main builds. I did 3 builds so that no matter what Survivor you're playing, you're going to have a build. The only exceptions would be like Priestess and Mercenary. Every other Survivor, you can use those 3 builds, whether it be Rescuing, Flywheel, or Broken Windows. I recommend Broken Windows nowadays. But specifically Thief, you want to use... Alright, I was supposed to explain. Why do I use the build that I use? Oh my god, you're going to die, dude. No, you're not going to... Okay, I guess Photographer's not going to cart you back sooner. I don't know why... Well, looks like we'll tie at least. Good pallet boost. There we go. Again, I don't know why he's breaking that. She's obviously not going to reuse it if she's going in this direction. And... there is no best build for Blood Queen. It's about your Survivor. Your build will not save you against Blood Queen. A good Blood Queen is not gonna... Like, Flywheel is not gonna save you from a good Blood Queen. Neither will Broken Windows. A good Blood Queen will always aim their mirrors properly. So you should not be focusing on builds. You should be focusing on your Survivor. Pick Survivors that counter Blood Queen that take multiple hits to kill. You use one ability for every time the Hunter uses their ability. When they're not using abilities, you shouldn't be taking any hits at all because she's a terrible Hunter without her mirror. And you shouldn't be giving her more than 1 hit per mirror. Because that mirror is only built to last 1 hit so that if you keep running in a straight line after, there's no way she's going to be able to hit you again. So for some examples here, just to give you some examples of good Blood Queen counters, there are plenty. Some good examples would be Mercenary, Forward, Perfumer, Seer, Acrobat, Barmaid, First Officer, I suppose. I wouldn't recommend it because it's really risky. You know what? I'll talk about him in a second. Gravekeeper is a good one. And Patient is good if you can make it work. Psychologist is just okay because she only has 1 hit. And yeah. Now here's some examples of Survivors that are just okay. They're not the best, but they could do the job. Problem is they can only take like 1 mirror hit at most with their ability. Doctor, she can take 1 hit and then heal up the 2nd hit. but then after that, you're going to get hit by a second mirror and then blinked. Gardener can kind of do the same thing, but a good Blood Queen will wait out the bubble. Magician can kind of do it, but you kind of need to do the illusion very soon, very early, and then hope she doesn't swing in the right direction. Priestess can do it, but you need a portal set up ahead of time, and the portal has to be long. Seer could do it. I don't know if I said Seer earlier, but I kind of changed my mind because the problem with Seer is that Seer is very good for every other survivor, but Seer himself is not that great for Blood Queen because he only has one way to block mirror. After that, you're going to take a second mirror and then get blinked on, which will give you... it won't be enough for 3 separate kites, so you guys will tie, and the point is to win. So Acrobat would be good. I think I mentioned that. First Officer is okay. You, again, kind of like Magician, you kind of have to do it ahead of time. I think Mama had to go because she's going somewhere. Yeah. Mercenary. Yeah. Who else? First Officer just okay, and Small just not really. And you definitely do not count. You should be picking any of those survivors. Those survivors are the best survivors. Happy Thanksgiving, Mom. You're talking to yourself in lobby. I'm sorry, someone is asking something. Okay, and here are the builds. Here are the builds for the survivors. This should be your build. Again, the build could change, but this is definitely seems to be the best. So you got your automatic 2 points here. You definitely want this. This is really cool. This is helpful even when... This could help you even before anyone dies, which is, for starters, way better than this. Because this relies on someone dying, and it gives you really crap decode speed. Anyway, so this is better because you want to be winning games, right? This could help you win the game, potentially. This will give you a chance to rebound off of chair. It's really helpful, I will say. It's coming very helpful today. The few times I've been chaired, at least. And then after this, it's your choice. If you don't think you're very good at kiting, go take snooze for now. However, I would say go take pallet stun. I wouldn't, if I were you, I would not invest in your def. I would invest in you doing a 3 separate kite because very rarely will 3 to 6 seconds on extra chair save you. It's only extra 6 seconds, 3 seconds if it's before half, and then 3 seconds for the next 99%. And every second you're rescued sooner than 49%, you're losing value because this is a percentage. It's not like the first 3 seconds it doesn't move. It's always moving up because it's a percentage value. So the sooner you're rescued, the less value you're getting out of snooze, which makes snooze circumstantial. At least great power makes you stun like a cowboy, and this can seriously help you get to some really, really good areas that you otherwise, it might be a little bit risky to, especially if it's a hunter that moves quickly across the map. You want to make sure you're stunning them for as long as possible if you ever do get that stun. Some honorable mentions that may seem good, but not really. This, you cannot just be in the hunter's territories. You have to be getting chased. If you're already being chased, the hunter's not going to leave you anymore. This is like the better version of hunter change target, but why? Like why? You know, because no hunter's going to leave you. So what's it going to matter? This is pointless. Just ping help me, follow me. If you guys are good survivors, you'll be able to do that. That's literally bottom line. That is literally bare minimum a survivor can do to help you guys. All right, so this is nothing. Sticker has never been a good stray, alright? Already, it wasn't that good. I mean, who's not going to pick you up? Unless you're forward or wildling, they're not going to pick you up. Every other survivor they're going to pick up, unless you're mercenary. In which case, mercenary, it's just better to just run this, because if you're a good mercenary, you're also not going down, so why would you pick this up? Again, I don't get it. So don't pick sticker on any of your survivors, please. But yeah, this seems to be the best for me. Again, if you don't think you can kite very long, go ahead and take snooze. Otherwise, take great power. That's your regular Brick Windows build. Now, for these builds, this is really tough. In fact, I'm actually thinking about switching over to this. I was actually running this, I think, just to test. Because, like, as a rescuer, you are one of the few survivors where a hunter will chase you for a few seconds and then leave you. So this could be helpful on a rescue, for a rescuer character. But if you're playing something like Acrobat, this is going to be more helpful. Because the hunter's not going to leave something like an Acrobat usually. Because at the end of the day, you are still a viable target compared to a lot of other survivors. So it really depends on your survivor. If you're playing something like Gravekeeper or Forward, this might be a little bit better for you. And I'm only putting this on because there's literally nothing better. I guess maybe Sticker is better for Forward. But yeah. If you're running something like Gravekeeper, or a hunter might chase you for a little bit and then leave you. A good hunter is not going to chase a Gravekeeper, but honestly, this seems like the best case situation because at least you can rebound with this. this is your spectator build, your flywheel build, I should say. I was running this, but this is so useless. Even without the cooldown, it's not good. So we're running companion effect, and it's actually been really helpful. So yeah. Psyche, don't you have like a friend account who plays Hunter? Well, I don't go on other people's accounts because I feel like they should keep their accounts to themselves. I do not recommend sharing accounts. Same reason why I don't give my account to other people. I'm the only person who can get in my account without someone hacking, I guess. But yeah, these are your 3 builds. I do gotta warn you. If you're gonna take spectator, take it with caution. This build has become a lot worse because now you do not have pallet boost anymore. This is still helpful because every time you drop a pallet, it takes a lot less time to drop it. So you're saving like 0.5 seconds every pallet drop, and the whole game is about dropping pallets. If you're not vaulting a window, you're dropping a pallet. The sooner you drop the pallet, the faster you can reach this next pallet, which is the point of kiting. You want to kite from pallet to pallet, right? So I would say this is worth it still. But I would definitely not go with this. Even with if there was no cooldown, I could hear an argument. No cooldown, like with cooldown though, I'm sorry, this is just better because at least it'll give you a chance to rebound and reach a pallet and last for longer than the high turner duration. So I'm going with this. These are what I'm going with. Some other notable builds that I feel like you should know about. Here's my mercenary build. Mercenary does not use the other 3 builds. That's why I'm using this build for mercenary. Since I'm a mercenary that is not expecting to go down. If you're a bad mercenary, well, I shouldn't say that. If you're learning mercenary, that's a better way of saying it. You should probably take sticker if you're going down a lot. And then the hunter leaves you if they're smart. Then sticker would be better. If not, go take healing. Because very rarely will you need to heal. But the times you do need a heal, it will be helpful. And of course, we have some decode here. Very nice for late game. Especially because mercenary kind of makes games last longer. So nice to have that. These are my priestess builds. Priestess, you always just want to be running this doctor, because if anyone ever gets through your portals, this is automatically just auto must on priestess. Really helpful. Saves lives a lot of the time. And with this last point, I don't really have a good use for it. Again, every once in a while, maybe a hunter will leave you as priestess, because maybe you'll like portal to a really OP area, so that's like the thought behind her behavior. But really, announcement will usually just be more consistent, because there are a lot of times where like you guys will pop because hunter is not on anyone, so you want to know where the hunter is. That's where distraction is really helpful, so that you know which gate to go for. That's why you see me run distraction on these other builds, because you guys might be wondering like, well, if hunter's hitting the survivor, aren't you anyway going to be able to see where the hunter is? Yes, but that's not always going to be the case. And being able to pick the correct gate is really important, very important. So having the distraction is a really big deal. Though I am not running it on rescue because there really is no space, and I just feel this is better than like 5 seconds laking. You know, if you have the extra point, go for it. Like, what are you, again, her behavior, not really as a kiter. No one's gonna leave you as kiter, so it's really up to you. But for now, I'll be testing this out. I don't know how great it will be. This is the tide turner build for priestess. Every once in a while, priestess will have to have tide turner. Again, not a whole lot to say here. Not a whole lot to say here. I guess I could be running this. Yeah, I should probably have that. I forgot to have this on, so I'm going to change my build really quickly. Again, I don't know. Herd behavior seems kind of meh, because people still chase priestesses. So it's really up to you. I guess I'll keep testing it out. Because every once in a while, you'll get through a world portal and you survive. What's up, Mr. Otter? How you doing? So, give it a try. This is the priestess flywheel build. I think I am going to change this again because I'm learning now that this is very, very unhelpful. It's really not that helpful. Like, evolve one time and then what? Again, Smedge, if you want to run sticker, you go ahead, be my guest, but if you're running broken windows, I almost guarantee you, like, what kind of hunter is not going to pick you up immediately after they knock you down? You need exactly a harasser on your team for them to have reason not to pick you up. Either that or a really rare situation where maybe the server's about to pop and they're trying to stop it. But again, very, very situational. I'd much rather just... Because if I'm getting chased, I'm always going to get chased, usually most of my matches. Which guarantees that great power is always a thing that could happen. I'm not going to get stuns every match. but it's always a problem that hunters have to avoid. And if they don't avoid it, well, that's how much harder they get hit with it. So this, on the other hand, very rarely will you not get picked up where a sticker will actually save your life. It's a 6-second difference. It's very rare that it's 6 seconds saves your life. Magician build, it's nothing special. It's almost exactly the same as my other build for Survivor. Honestly, maybe this is worth it. Maybe. Because, like, I have the sneak effect because it's really synergetic with the illusion. It's a really nice surprise for hunters. It's a very nice surprise. If you don't get seen up until this point, that's where the illusion will be really, really nice. So, I really like it. But I suppose this could be really nice with the illusion effect as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, when you get rescued off a chair, this effect is going to be really nice. And I guess at that point, I don't really know what to pick. All these other things really suck. So again, I'm kind of changing it as I go. But again, if you're gonna get chased, you're more likely to get chair than you are to get a pal stun, technically. And with Magician, there's extra synergy. And yeah, I don't know, man. You're never gonna get left with Magician, so this isn't really useful. All these other things really suck. Suppose we'll go with this. 4v4 Peasant. This is for Terra. If you're not the king, you're going to be the peasant, as I like to say. Or the squire, as I like to say. Or the square, or whatever you call it. Whatever it's supposed to be called. Square, I think I call it. Again, nothing to say about here. You're going to be doing a lot of healing and being healed in this mode, though. So you definitely want that. And this is really nice for catching up with your king. And also, when the king's hiding and the hunter's chasing you guys, try to build up some points to find the king. Because there's an ability that helps you find the king. This is going to be really nice. So that you're able to stall the hit for as long as possible. Because you don't want their hunter to be able to hit you and then find where their king is by buying that ability. It's like the Raven something, whatever. But yeah, there you go. Plus, this is really nice as well. And you'll be knocked down depending on what character you play. So sticker will also be nice there. And again, you're not going to need this stuff as peasant. Every once in a while, you can camp by a paladin. Maybe they will know you're there. So that's the idea there. 4v4 king. Not much to say here. Flywheel, broken windows, obviously. Self-healing, obviously. Pal stun, obviously. All these other things are not that helpful. If you take this off and you look at your options, you're not rescuing. Cold is kind of useless. Sneak, you're not rescuing. You're not going to have the exit gates pop usually unless you guys are trying a new strategy. In which case, this could be a serious thing if you guys are trying to pop 3 ciphers. I could see it happening, but... And then, like, one of your teammates opens the gate and then you kites the gate. I can see it. Like, it's an underrated strategy of Terra that I haven't tried yet myself. So I don't know the value. Maybe snooze is good. Perhaps I'm overrating great power, but... I believe in a good kite than an extra 3 seconds, 6 seconds on chair. So, it's really up to you guys. What's your preferences? Do you prefer in... your kite? Are you going to invest in your life or are you going to invest in your death? It's kind of hard to argue when you put it that way. So, this is the Hog Rider build. Hog Rider! Pretty normal stuff. Symbiotic effect. Purely just so you can catch up with chair so you don't have to use your hog every single time you're trying to run to a chair. But frankly speaking, this build kind of sucks. But there really is no other option because you're never going to get chased. And, yeah, you don't really have a better choice, so... I suppose you could put on Brewing Effect. Although a lot of the time you're not always going to be declining, you're usually going to be helping, so less synergy there. Embalmer. Not much to say about here. The idea with Embalmer is that with your natural 10%, with the bonus snooze, you last on chair for a very long time, an extra 12 seconds when you combine this together, as opposed to 6 seconds, which actually now makes snooze pretty worth it. This is also just to help you out. When you're rescued off of chair, every bit of distance from your coffin counts as you're making your way away from your coffin, which makes a really nice big deal. And since you're playing Embalmer, you're usually going to be dying pretty quickly, if I do say so myself. So, if no one's going to rescue you, it guarantees that snooze gets full value. So that's the idea with Embalmer snooze. Doctor Psyche. This is a joke build, but if you guys ever want to use Doctor, I forgot to take this off. If you guys ever want to use Doctor, it'll be there. Doctor, again, one of the few survivors with like a different build than the other survivors, but here you go. I suppose if you want it. And my 1v1 build, I never use this build even for 1v1s because it's not really fair. I guess this is before Spectator was a thing. Before Flywheel was a thing, I guess this is my build before Flywheel was a thing. I guess if we're being accurate here, you would change this out in a 1v1 and you would use this build instead. But the reason I don't use this build is because I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair because you should be using the build that you would use in a real match, not just to... I guess if you're trying to get better at both things at the same time, it's very good because, you know... But, you know, I still don't like it because then you're kind of relying on this when you don't have this. Or you're relying on this when you don't have this. So, you're not going to have both. It's good to know how to only use one. So, even in real 1v1s, I would still not use that build. I would use a real build. I would use in a real match because it's supposed to emulate a real match, not be in a 1v1. But if there was ever a 1v1 tournament, you know, it's there. I think a 1v1 tournament would be really cool. I just don't know how it would work because how do you decide who wins? Like the Hunter or the Survivor, and then like you have two separate factions. Like, do you just have the same person always play Hunter? Well, then it gets a little bit unfair because they get tired over time. It's a whole problem, but I feel like 1v1 tournament might be a thing. But yeah. But yeah. Persona probably... It's a good idea to change the game. Not well executed, though. I didn't talk about Hunter Persona. Let's talk about a little bit about Hunter Persona. Now, I'm not an expert in Hunter builds. But I can tell you what Hunters like to pick. And what I see helpful most often. So, I just want to talk about a few things here. I've tested this. I've done a lot more testing for the Hunters and the Survivors because they have a lot more stuff to see here. This is not that helpful. The only Hunter this is really helpful for is Ripper. And that's because Ripper, when he shoots his Foggy Blade, it does count as a missed attack, technically, even if you hit the fog. So it speeds you up for every time you throw a Foggy Blade, and you're not as held back. It says this effect ends when a survivor is tied to a rocket chair. It makes it sound like it disappears permanently once you kill someone on chair once, like once you tie them to chair. But when I play the game as Hunter, it still stays. Even when I have someone on chair, this effect doesn't go away. So I don't know if it's a bug that it still shows up in the top left. I don't know if it stays for the rest of the game after you tie it. I can't really tell. It looks like it does, but I'm not really sure because this effect isn't portrayed correctly in the top left. So either it only triggers, either it's a bug and it's triggering during chairs. Either it's not portrayed properly and it's not actually helping you during chairs. It just shows that you have it, not that it's actually being in use. And I also don't know if it goes away permanently after you chair once. It seems like it doesn't. But really, this is only helpful for wuchang. Not wuchang, Ripper. Because Ripper will do a lot of swings just to hit someone. If you're swinging and still hitting them, that's an example of a Hunter that like you want to use this on. This seems like the most helpful out of all. Now, it's only 6%, so it's not a big deal. But you do want to pick this on map with drops, because at least once in your game, you're going to be dropping. And every bit of movement does help. So I would say this is auto pick on stuff like Moonlit, maybe not Moonlit. Auto pick on stuff like Hospital, Lakeside even, I would dare say, because that ship is a pretty big part of the map, and so is Small Boat. Small Boat also has a drop, so that could help you out as well. Moonlit, I suppose, could help you. I think it's going to help you a lot more on Moonlit now that they added those drops on the 4 stations. Let's see what else do we have here. This is very interesting. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. This seems great on the surface. I think this was originally your charge attack is 10% faster, and then they changed it to your movement speed is 8% faster while charge attacking. I've played around with a few Hunters. Obviously, the longer your charge attack is, the better it is. So on some Hunters like Undead, I did put it on. Because it does majorly improve your movement speed. He has the longest charge attack in the game. So of course you're going to have this. Plus it helps you get through those pallets as you're charge attacking, making sure they don't get around that corner in time by having that movement speed. But really, almost every other Hunter doesn't have a very long charge attack. And most Hunters, you actually rather use your basic than your charge attack anyway. Like, I guess on stuff like wuchang Feaster who have a large hitbox, you just need to push yourself that little bit more. I suppose, but once again, it'll help you like, what, every 20, 30, 40 games where like they just barely get around a pallet and you were charge attacking? Charge attacking is really risky because like, they could see you charge attacking, they could hide behind a wall last second and then get back in front of the pallet. I've done it so many times against wuchang where like, I'll see them charge attacking, they're trying to hit me, I'll just hide behind a tree for just 1 second, and they just completely whiff, because their attack is long and narrow, not wide. So I can just go right behind a tree and it won't do damage. It's very rare that you'll just barely nick them with that hit, where that 8% would have helped you. Usually this game's charge attacking hitboxes are so big that the movement speed isn't necessary. Now, if you look at Dead by Daylight, it's a huge difference. If you have traits that increase your movement speed while charge attacking, it's huge. They make it like 50% in that game. Huge difference. And you can really feel it. It increases your lunge distance, I suppose. But, you know, when you lunge, you're really fast, is the point. So, this game doesn't have lunging. It just has a bigger hitbox at the price of a longer attack. In Dead by Daylight, you can move farther at the price of a longer attack as well. But it's usually better than it is in Identity V. Like, a charge attack isn't really as good as a lunge attack in Dead by Daylight. So, impulsive can be valuable on some hunters. Usually it's not going to save your life as hunter. I've tested this. This does not seem to work. Nostalgic. Let's just read it. Reveals the survivor's location after they are rescued from a rocket chair within 24 meters of you. Okay. So right away, this is supposed to reveal their location within 24 meters of you. For some reason, it's not working. I've tested it. Their location is not revealed when I'm within 12 meters. And I don't know the exact distance, but it doesn't always trigger. It triggers when I'm kind of far away, but not if I'm really close by. Okay. And I'm not doing damage to them. I know this effect disappears when you do damage to them, but I'm not damaging them. Increases your movement speed moving towards the survivor's direction based on the distance. So if you're at 20, from what I understand, if you're at 24 meters, it's 10%. If you're at 12 meters, it'll be like 1%. It gradually goes down the closer you get to them. If the survivor takes damage equal to knockdown, meaning that you could chip them and it'll still be active. But if you ever kill them, and not including stuff like owls, owls does not include getting their health up. Sorry, I guess getting their health down. Then it also will still count. It won't like stop being in use. Then it will end in advance. This talent loses its effect once the survivor is eliminated. So once the survivor dies, this effect is gone permanently from the game. I'll tell you the problem with this. In this game, it is way too easy for survivors to rebound you if you're not camping the chair in their face. There are so many good kiting places in this game that if you even let them slip away for just a few seconds, you might need a whole ability to kill them again. Sometimes they'll slip away into really broken spots. There's some really great support in this game. You don't know when they're going to slip in some Priestess Pearl and just slip in that hole. Yikes. And just completely get away from you. Alright, so it's game losing. Let's assume that doesn't happen, though. Let's assume they don't have a really good area, right? You still didn't get to hit the rescuer because you were far from chair, which makes it harder for you to snowball after you kill that person, because now, even after you kill that person, that rescuer that you never injured can either rescue again, or if they're not going to rescue again, now they're at full health, so it's harder for you to kill a second person later on in the match, which makes it even more likely for them to tie. You need to be face camping survivors because of two reasons. One, you want to hit the rescuer so they can't do one of two things. Make it harder for you late game, and so that they can't body block the survivor. And second, it helps you, if you're face camping, to immediately hit the person off of chair again. If you're away from the chair at 12 meters is enough to rebound, honestly. That's how bad it is in this game. So this trait is effectively almost useless. I don't know what hunter in this game where you'll be far from chair, like within 24 meters too. So you can't even like go pressure a cipher without being outside 24 meters. Most chairs, if you're not right next to the cipher, like you're either right next to the cipher or you're outside 24 meters. That's how this works. So it's not like nostalgic will help there. And anyway, you want to be chairing next to the cipher so that you can do what I said earlier. Hit the rescuer, hit the person off chair, do all that stuff. Which means this is almost useless, which means if you want this ability, you have to get a useless ability. Which means this costs 10 points effectively. This does not cost 5 points. This costs 10 points. Because you're paying 5 for a useless ability that you're usually not going to get value out of. Hi Byron, I see you. What's up, man? Nostalgia reveals them for a brief moment. That might be true, Byron, but then other times I'll have them revealed for the whole 12 seconds. So something is not consistent there. It doesn't say anything about briefly revealing them. It says they'll be revealed for 12 seconds. This effect will be active for 12 seconds. You're right. It actually doesn't say anything about revealing, but I've had this reveal nothing, and I've had this reveal the whole 12 seconds. So there's some missed details here, and even then, it's still not helpful, even if you get to see them. Because, like, again, why do you need to know where they are when they're sitting right in front of you? which means this is a 10 point. Now again, it could be helpful. It could be helpful. It does save you like half a second every single time, which in the long run could, you know, it adds up. You know, leads up to like 6-7 seconds. Problem? It's expensive. 10 points for this. Again, like maybe you're hoping the fort is laid on a stun, so that way when they stun you, the person is not freed immediately. They'll be stuck in a balloon animation. But if they stunned you, they still achieve their purpose. Bro, Mama's sending me messages in the middle of me explaining. But yeah, it's expensive. It's not bad, it's just expensive. Maybe there's use for this. As an added challenge, try taking this on Percy, I guess. Just waste 10% of points like that. But that's what I have to say about the Hunter builds, right? Again, with the Hunter builds, they're a lot more dynamic. Oh, there's one more I didn't talk about because it's so useless. Addiction. Right here. Not weed addiction. Don't get your head in a twist, guys. Addiction, alright? When there's multiple survivors. Okay, notice this. At first I thought this was decent. Notice the words free moving. Free moving survivors. Meaning that if you knock down a person and there's a forward helping out, they do not count. The person who's knocked down does not count towards addiction. So this does not help at all if there's a forward. This will only help if the forward is actively helping while the person is alive, or if it's a batter, or something like that, or an enchantress. Which, why is enchantress helping? She's not even a good supporter, unless she has triple stacks, in which case, how did she get the triple stacks? It's so difficult, it's not realistic getting those triple stacks. But that's the problem with addiction. I have a use for this in only one scenario, in two situations, I guess. 2 situations, 2v8. Really helpful, because there aren't just 4 survivors, there are 8 survivors. It doesn't count for more than 4, but it's more likely that there's 4 that way. And obviously you are getting hit by a lot of flare guns in that mode. As well as a lot of other stun-up effects, that is not just forward. 4v4, another great one. 4v4 refers to tear it. I'm so sorry, Mama. I didn't ignore you, I said it was an accident. Alright, addiction, again, helpful in 44. Otherwise, this serves almost no purpose. When are you gonna have... Alright, just to have 2 survivors. Alright, let's assume there are 2 survivors next to you. Both of them are not decoding. Alright, one is being chased, the other is helping. Alright, that's already mediocre value. 3 people around you in a 1v4 match? When is that gonna happen for just 20%? For a 5% bonus? Just 5%, alright? And 4 people helping. Alright, 4 people helping, that means no one's decoding. It doesn't matter how long they stun you for at that point. No one is decoding anyway. It makes this trade almost useless. And it really serves no purpose in this game. What was my build? Oh, this is the 4v4 build. I need this. So 4v4 and 2v8. Helpful in that regard. Otherwise, do never use it. Please, never use it. It's almost useless. But yeah. So, I guess I'll show you guys really quickly my builds. This, I only use it for Hell Ember. I literally only use this for Hell Ember. I suppose this could be helpful on Hell Ember. And like, at this point, this is what I mean by Hunter builds being more dynamic. Is that, yeah, you're right, just bring Rage. Just bring Rage. It's more worth it in this mode in like 4v4, because you got the extra points to spare. Now that you don't have to carry Tinnitus, that's where the extra points went. Those 10 points, this is why I really don't find it fair. They made it so Distress is free for survivors and that Tinnitus is free for Hunters. That's not fair because Hunters save 10 points off of that. We still have to it still costs us 5 points to have heal. Like, it saved us 5 points by not carrying Distress, which I anyway didn't carry because why? Like, your teammates should be aware of each other's surroundings if they're pinging. But on top of that, I still have to spend my extra 5 points on the heal. So I got back 5 points that I anyway didn't use. So I still had those 5 points. But anyway, that's what I think about the Hunter build. Again, it's a lot more dynamic. Like again, like if you're playing Hell Ember, and you're on a big map, take this. It could be helpful. Like, big maps typically have a lot of drops. Like Eversleeping, Moonlit, Lakeside, Hospital. Hospital's not a big map, but it has a lot of drops. Leo's Memory, there's a lot more situations where this is helpful in. And it only costs 5 points, so pretty inexpensive, assuming you're already running Insolence. If you're not, then it might be expensive. It's 10 points. Because Deer Hunt is useless, let's be honest here. Mostly useless. Every once in a while it helps out. But yeah. I know, like, again, it's Hellumber. I kind of have to sacrifice points not being able to run Constraint. Otherwise, please do run Constraint on all your builds. Very good trait. It's very annoying. Not the best trait for Hunters, admittedly, because it's so easy to do a different cipher or just wait out 40 seconds, but it helps a little bit. Every point counts. Ripper is the only one that I'm using this on, because he misses attacks a lot. And, really, just remember, like, you don't have to have Control Freak every match. You can, like, take this point and put it somewhere else. Like, here. Your Hunter builds are dynamic, so never stick to just one for one Hunter. Change them depending on the survivors and the map. That's something I really wish survivors would have, is that survivors can change their build based on the map, but they're always stuck to these 3 survivor builds that I mentioned earlier. They're just stuck. Survivors are really just stuck. Now, of course, I'm not saying you should use this build. Like, if you're using the Tension Trump card combo, I'm not saying you should spend your other points here. All right. Again, it depends on your Hunter. It depends on the map. It depends on the situation. And this is mostly just for testing. You know, again, I'm not too certain because, you know, I haven't played Hunter as much, so I can't tell you for certain how many times I charge attack. What I can tell you is, from the how many matches have I played? How many Hunter matches have I played ever? How can I find that out? I guess I can show you my Hunter XP. So my Survivor XP is over twice as much my Hunter XP. So I've played Survivor for 4 or 5 years, meaning I've played Hunter for about half of that. Granted, it was mostly in quick matches. So I at least will know game sense, basic game sense, basic aiming with the abilities, how to use your abilities. Everything important there, like how, for example, odd questions like how often do you charge attack? Just depends on the Hunter. I know there's no fine, firm answer to that. Jeez. But yeah, I suppose I'll end the stream here, guys. Someone's jelly. All right, guys. What's new here? What's new? Oh, deduction. All right. That's all I have to say, guys. Remember, Hunter ones, you know, don't take my word on it. Go ahead and test it out yourself as well. You know, it depends. It's not the same. Depends on your Hunter, depends on the map, depends on the survivors. There's a lot more that goes into Hunter builds. It's a lot more fun that way than survivors. You know, survivors, it's either this, or this. It's either those 3. And most of the time it's this. So even with those 3 options, those 3 bare-boned options, it really all comes down to just one option at the end of the day. You know, Perfumer, I'm usually using this build on. Great, like, Acrobat Patient, I'm usually using this build on. You know, like, if I already have 2 tides, I guess I'll switch from this build to this build on the Patient Acrobat, but, you know, that's how it is. Yeah, Impulsive on Percy, I've said it, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. Again, expensive. You need 10 points for it. But Percy's such a bad Hunter that none of the traits really help him. That's the problem with bad Hunters. Either you have way too many points that don't help you, or you just don't have enough points that you need. Because you need other points to help your really major downsides. Like, for example, Hellumber. I kind of need Hunt on Hellumber. Problem? That means I can't take Berserker, that means I can't take Rage, that means I can't take Constrain. And if I take Panic, if I take Constrain over Panic, well, now I'm losing out on like minus 9% decode. Their finishing cipher is now like 7 seconds quicker if I don't take Panic. I suppose like it's kind of hard to damage people's Hellumber anyway. So it might not be worth it. But at the end of the day, even if you only injure one person, that person has 8% combined with this. If you injure everyone, it's minus 17% for everyone. That's a major debuff. These 2 together are really cool. Really cool combo. Really slows down the game. Very underrated. Not a lot of people talk about it. You thought Panic is a must-pick for Hunters in general. I thought so too, but I still go against Hunters who don't have Panic on their Hunters. And it slows down the game dramatically. You basically put a Gravekeeper debuff in every Survivor. Every Survivor now decodes like minus 17%, which is huge. You know, it makes a huge difference. So, as opposed to survivor builds, not a whole lot you can do here. Look, this is all you can do. There you go. You guys want to switch around 3 points? Be my guest, but not gonna. It's not like the cookie cutter end of the deal. You know, it's gonna save the day kind of thing. It's not gonna be it. Not where it's at. All right, before we end the stream, let's talk a little bit about the nerfs and buffs. Doctor did not get changed. Lawyer did not get changed. Thief did not get changed. Gardener did not get changed. Magician did not get changed. Explorer, mercenary, coordinator, all the survivors that are actually important to the game are not getting changed, of course. Mechanic, minus 15% debuff now on vaulting. Seems cool. Didn't fix her problem. The point of mechanic is that you're able to decode quickly. Here's the second thing. Vaulting faster does not make you better at kiting. I've talked about this earlier. This ability is almost useless because this game is no longer about basic hits, avoiding basic hits. The areas are so good that it doesn't matter how slow or fast you decode. At this point, it's come down to how good you are with your abilities. At this point, the hunter relies on their abilities. Meaning that no matter how fast you vault, it doesn't really matter. You need your ability to counter their ability at the end of the day. That's how it works, usually. I actually can't text back. So, what was I talking about again? Right, vaulting faster. That's why mechanic is not, it's not like, it didn't change anything about her. The problem is her robot. The problem is that she uses her robot, it can't get found, so you need to hide your robot as well as yourself. Now you have two bodies to hide. In the past, you'd have the robot as bait. Now you can't even do that. Because you need your robot to survive. Because if it dies, you can't finish the cipher anymore like it used to. So there's the problem there. It's just mediocre. It's not great. Let's see if we can use any special abilities here on this map. Again, there's really nothing fun about Survivor's side with the builds, and I'm very disappointed that they took this away. Pal boost makes it a lot harder to play the game, which, you know, I'm not against making it harder to play. It's just like it's just less fun, you know. If you're gonna remove a really fun ability, replace it with another good ability. You know, even if it's slightly worse, at least make it fun. You know, just so the rescuers, the flywheel users, they have something actually useful. Because that way, not only is it less fun, you bum literally every single person out. But yeah, we'll play. I guess we'll play a custom match with Steve. Not a great spawn. We didn't get to choose spawns, so we don't know where the hunter spawns. But sometimes they spawn at. Yo, hide! I was pressing the crouch button. Sometimes they spawn at small boat, which is something to be aware of. That's why I don't like going middle. Because you go middle and they spawn over here, right there. You just instantly get found. Not a good strategy at all. You want to be making it as painful as possible for the hunter to catch up to you, to find you. You don't want to be like a sitting duck waiting for them to find you. We'll break this tree. I don't think I'll break it right away, in case he comes after me. He could still come after me. It's unlikely because he found a prisoner, which is just asking to die. But yeah. 22%, 62%, 11%. Pretty good overall. Actually, no. Why is Skippy so far behind? I guess he had to avoid the hunter as well. He's the seer, though. He knows exactly where the hunter is. Never mind. Yes, this is a custom match. Did they adjust cowardly debuff? No, they did not. They only adjusted the vault. So, if someone gets hit, it's still really major debuff. At the end of the day, even if cowardly got buffed, the point is to have a. The point is to punish you. The point is to rely on your robot as mechanic. The fact that your mechanic robot runs out so quickly, though, makes it so now you don't really have anything to show for your debuff, which is a problem. For your disadvantages, you need to have an equally good advantage. That's the key to making strategy games a strategy, is that you're sacrificing something to have something else. They took away the good part and left the bad part of mechanic. That's not how you balance games. That's not how it works. That's not a pallet stun. I'm surprised he didn't try to hit him. Oh, it's because it's Professor, and if you hit the scales, it frees the person. That's why. So that's the problem with Mechanic. Yes, rank is over. If you were here for rank, you can go back on the past stream and you can watch the stream. You know, you don't have to wait for me to end. I think you can go backwards. You should be able to go backwards. But yeah, this is just a quick match. I was just talking about, if you want to go check out the builds, my Survivor builds, go to the beginning of the stream. I explained them. I guess I explained them here as well. I'll make a whole video about it, you know, explaining. I'll make one video about the buffs, about the best builds, and then I'll make another video. I'll contact Smash first, because, you know, I do want another top tier player's opinion about this. So Smash is pretty good on that. You know, there's worthiness to Sticker, but I'm being more realistic here. Usually you're not going to have a forward on your team, so Sticker is good in that case, otherwise do not have Sticker. But yeah. Even then, I still think getting off a chair and being able to rebound is still better. Like, how would you afford Sticker? I'm realizing now. Where would you afford it? I guess you take out Pallet Stun and, like, you take out Pallet Stun, and because I'm carrying Pallet Stun, I kind of have to have the useless trait that, like, allows me to see where the Hunter Survivor is. So then you could put in Sticker. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Even if there's a harasser, I don't like it. I would like to invest in my kite being good. And, you never run Great Power. I think it's just a preference thing. Because, you know, a lot of my strategy, you know, my kiting guide especially mentioned this. A lot of the strategy depends on how close the hunter is to you when you drop pallets. If they're too close to you, you're going to have to win on the pallet. In which case, a pallet stun might be necessary. And if you do get the pallet stun, it will definitely save your life. But yeah, I'm just not saying where you would afford it, because you have to... Of course you're going to have brewing effect, right? Alright, we don't need to help. He's fine. But yeah. It's actually it's a drastic change, Krigom. It's a drastic change. The fact that you don't have speed boost means that Flywheel has become a lot worse, and every rescuer that could still get chased, like stuff like Acrobat and Patient, those survivors could still get chased. It's not like Mercenary where, like, you don't need Pallet Boost anyway, so, like, who cares? Those survivors did need it. It was really helpful because they got to save their abilities for later in the game. You want to save your abilities for as long as possible. Of course, though, Mercenary is just so good that one elbow pack can last you a ridiculous amount of time. That's why it's less needed. But I suppose you could take faster vault speed. Against some hunters, it was helpful. Usually I did not. Oh, look at that. I can see where everyone is because they're not pinging at all. So that ability is actually useful. Skippy Stall's an owl. Brewing effect, I would say, is a must. I would say, like, why not? Very often you'll have 4 people still alive. Like, it's not like a situation where you won't have 4 people alive. That's why I preferred way more over Survivor's Instinct. Because Survivor's Instinct, you need someone to die, and even then it's just 5%. This is helpful in so many situations. You might be walking to another cipher. You might have to rescue and then come back to your cipher. The hunter might teleport on your cipher and leave you, and then, like, you'll go back on your cipher. The hunter might walk to your cipher, drop a peeper, and then leave you. You guys might be healing and then having to go back on the cipher. There's so many ways I could think of that. Brewing effect will give you value no matter what. The first reason of just walking to ciphers is enough already. Whether that be for a win or whether that be for a tie. You'll have still, like, it's usually for time, but you'll still have quite a few games where 4 people will still be alive when accelerated decode triggers. Happens quite a bit more often than you would expect. But yeah. And it's especially great for time games. Obviously, that's obvious. Alright. I think that's enough for today, guys. I'll be making another video about the best personas, and after that I'll be making a video about why Flywheel is so much worse, and that you should reconsider using Flywheel. Oh, but yeah. But yeah, guys. With that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching the stream. I will see you all later. Stay tuned for my Monday stream. I stream Mondays and Thursdays, where you guys can watch me every single day on those days, and you can also watch past streams. I suppose I'll keep playing customs with them. Maybe. I don't know. Should we play one more? I don't know. Otamo? We're playing with Otamo. But yeah. That's kind of the state of the builds. The builds are, you know, they help sometimes. They're usually not game-changing, though. Like, hardly. I think the Hunters are a lot more helpful than the Survivors, especially for the fact that they made the stress-free instead of heal, which means I have to spend more points on something. I suppose if I'm gonna run the brewing effect on all my survivors, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because whatever ability they put instead of, well, it does matter because I could have had any other ability. You know, I could have had an additional ability if they made it so that. Because think about it, brewing effect is after heal, so you're always gonna need the ability before brewing effect. So if they changed heal and they put something else, I would have both heal and whatever that other ability would be that they would come up with, plus the brewing effect. So you know what? It does suck. It does suck. Never mind. Of course, maybe it's very likely they would make it also useless, but who knows? They did nerf Dancer. They nerfed how long it takes to break your music boxes. They nerfed the stacking effect of multiple slow boxes on the Hunter, and they made it so now Dancer can no longer slide while decoding. Personally, I always got off my ciphers before using an ability, whether that be like stuff like Mercenary or Gravekeeper or anything, because the problem with using your ability while you're decoding is that if you get a calibration, the calibration miss animation prioritizes over the ability. So why would you ever use your twirl while decoding? Because what if you get a calibration at that exact moment? Calibration would trigger before this twirl, and then you won't do the twirl. So that's the third nerf. Doesn't really matter though. There you have it. Feaster. We didn't get key spawn, but if no one spawns over, well, you can just check outside. You know, no one's supposed to spawn there. What am I talking about? No one's supposed to spawn there. What I am trying to say is you can look out the side and you can see if Hunter spawn statue, next to statue. And if they didn't, then what? Well, it's kind of a key spawn. The reason I don't like to call it a key spawn is because you could spawn closer to the window, over the window, and then that kind of messes up with a different spawn where like the spawn is double doors. So if you ever get that spawn, it's at that point at that point you still have to check if someone spawned near you. Because if someone spawned near you, they'll just spawn shit. It's complicated, right? All right, I have my ways. Don't you guys worry. 15% vault. Again, if you guys anyway ran broken windows, this is better. Alright, this is technically a buff for all kiters. Technically, because now instead of having to use 2 traits for 2 abilities, you're using 1 trait for 2 abilities, plus you get a bonus ability on top of that, which is muscle memory. It sucks though for everyone else who doesn't use broken windows. Because now they can't also have Pelham Boost. When does accelerated decode trigger? About 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. That's a rough estimate. Don't quote me on that. The reason I say rough, like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, is because I don't know for sure, because it's the thing about accelerated decode is in a game that you're gonna win. Alright, hear me out. When someone does a 3-cipher kite, there are a lot of games where you actually don't even reach the accelerated decode before you finish the ciphers. That's the point of accelerated decode, so it only helps you if someone's about to die, right? Or if they're already dead. It was specifically designed that way. So that if you do a 3-cipher kite, you know, that way, if someone didn't do a 3-cipher kite, you guys still have a chance of coming back. If they did do a 3-cipher kite, it's just harder. Because back then, it took 60 seconds to do a cipher. They then made it 80, but if someone were to go down sooner than that, accelerated decode would eventually help you guys. But it was specifically designed so that if you want to win your match reliably with a 3-cipher kite, that's the most reliable way. You would just have to kite for 20 seconds longer. Because at that point, accelerated decode would be too late. You guys are either almost done with the cipher, or you guys are done with the ciphers. At which point, accelerated decode won't matter. But every once in a while, there are games where the Hunter might switch target, where the Hunter was getting slowed down by support. So even though less people were decoding, you guys are trading decode time for stalling time to help for accelerated decode to catch up. So it kind of evens out, except you guys get the benefit, the benefiting end, because you guys got yourself closer to accelerated decode than otherwise would have been possible. And there are quite a few ways, like that brewing effect will help you. I mean, look at this. We're almost done with our 4th cipher. The other person is hopefully almost done with their 5th cipher. It doesn't look like it. Yep, it doesn't look like it. But even then, accelerated deco is about to activate. There it is. But look at this. Perfumer's dead. So accelerated deco is specifically designed where if there's no support, it was specifically designed to just make it so you just barely fall a little bit short. So that it doesn't help you guys get a win. It only helps you guys get a tie usually. It would help you guys get a win if, and only if, he might drop a tentacle here, yeah. Only if, yep, bait that. Less tentacles for him to use is always nice. So just removing it for free. Maybe he'll use it here. I want him to waste tentacles so these don't help out later on kites. There's a very thin line where like Feaster can use his tentacle, but it won't hit you. It'll let you use it still though, so makes no sense, but that's Feaster for you. This will protect against a basic hit, I suppose. Protects against 1 detention hit. Feaster kind of attacks slowly. He's not the slowest attacker, but you can definitely time it if you do a good job. And we'll get the gate open pretty good. So yeah. That's kind of like what accelerated decode does for you. It pretty much is kind of designed so that usually the hunter can kill them before accelerated decode. The only time the hunter wouldn't kill someone before accelerated decode triggers is if support happened. In which case, then the person will be alive when accelerated decode happens. In which case, you know, it's the same effect, except now you guys decode faster. So that's the idea there. But yeah. Every once in a while, with that support, maybe you guys spend time rotating. If you guys spend time rotating, but then someone does like a mediocre kite after that, well, even though no one was decoding at the first part of the game because everyone was rotating, and then you guys only started decoding the moment someone started kiting, which is basically the equivalent of no one rotating, you guys still got closer to accelerated decode, so that now accelerated decode will trigger about when the person's on the second chair, you know, and that's always helpful. So the idea, even though you guys might not get a ton of decode, the idea is just to stall so that you have an easier time getting accelerated decode. So, you know, it looks like you're not doing anything, because, like, what's the point of rotating everyone? If you know... What am I trying to say here? Yeah, if you're not decoding, the idea is to just get closer to accelerated decode. If there was no accelerated decode, you're right. There would be no advantage whatsoever. But there is. There is. Do be careful with that tentacle. Okay, he's dead. He dead. Oh, nice scales there. Those are some cool scales. We'll get a little bit of action here. Why not? Haven't done anything this whole game. We could heal out the professor. Maybe. He hasn't even started opening the gate. So there was no point of that rescue. I actually have to stay here now in case he pressures the gate. Yep. So now we actually... It's not even a choice. It's not even for BM. The strategy is actually to get ready to rescue. You aren't planning on making that rescue, are you? There's no way. That gate has to be open, at minimum. And even then, I don't have tide turn. Oh, God. Yeah, guys. You might be losing this one. I suppose we could wait for the scales to come back. We could get a sneaky rescue in here. We'll get it before half. I don't think he can use that. I don't know why he used Flywheel. Feaster can only use tentacles if he can see them. And he was not able to see them. He has the scales back, so I'll bug off. Cowboy is... I don't know if he can pick himself up. First we'll open the gate, though. Then we'll heal him. Really? They nerfed Little Girl so she can't push? Wuchang dash? I didn't know that. Since when? Since when was that a thing? Was that part of these nerfs? I don't remember reading anything about that. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, he's not dead. More BM? Should we go for more BM? well, we're getting stuck. We're getting stuck, unfortunately. That didn't work. Oh well. It's okay, we'll still get out. That won't hit. Oh, thank you, dude. And we're out. That was pretty easy. Alright. Alright, now we're gonna close the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'll see you all later, guys. Take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out. See you Monday, guys. We're gonna be streaming again. Maybe we'll do Hunter next time. Maybe we'll test out some Hunter builds. But yeah. See you guys. I'll see you next Monday. Peace out, guys. Ah, yes, we got some great music to go along with this.